Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bad Science Sunday, where we take a comedic approach to debunking bad science over the internet. I just wanted to start with something. I know was it yesterday or the day before I was having some issues, and I haven't stated my stance on the Luigi thing. Um, I thought it was pretty understood, but maybe not. And I've been getting into it with some people in the community about what it really means. And what I want to say, first and foremost, the progressive stance on it is that we denounce murder in all of its forms. We're not generally pro, well, genocide, homicide, murder, or like any of those things. However, what's been going on is that, the us versus them is really the 1% versus the 99%. And the 1% has pretty much waged war on the 99%. And that goes into a lot of forms and how that relates to Luigi and healthcare. A lot of people are really tired of us being the only industrialized nation that has bankruptcy for medical debt, and it's like number one in the country. A lot of what we're seeing are things that are really normal when you get to this level of income disparage, yeah, meant between the classes. When
Disparity.
disparity, yeah, there you go. Thank you, Tap. When you look at the downfall of any monarch, I mean, any time and a dictator has been overthrown, what you're seeing are these, it may start with this Robin Hood esque stunt and then it gains a momentum. And so we see Luigi trying to be like made as a, what do you call it? Like a, it's like way too, I haven't had my
A
vodka yet.
folk hero?
A folk hero, yeah, but like also, what is it? Like I cannot think straight today, and I hate it. Um, Cautionary Tale is what I'm thinking of by the rich. Um, they are really trying to put him as like the poster child of what you won't do and what can happen to you, and that is because of the war that the rich has waged on us. Um, Most recently, and this happened in Joe's channel, it was during one of his members only streams, so you probably can't see. Um, I was in the chat, and then you had Dave from Captive Desk in the he was on stream, and he was saying, all these people, back in Luigi, and we don't need to, go for vigilante justice. And I'm like, Dave's lost the plot. And he got mad at me for saying that. But I'm like, nobody, like, if the same thing had happened and the guy's wife did the exact same thing to him for his a trust fund on the brain, but for his life insurance is what I'm thinking. Nobody would cheer that on. Nobody would think about it. It would make the news for a day, and then there would be some people who like court dramas, and maybe they'd follow it. But I mean, she wouldn't have been hailed as this folk hero. What we're seeing is people that they're tired, they're downtrodden, they want hope, and they understand where it's coming from, and they feel like they're underwater and they don't know when they can take their next breath. That is what this is about. Nobody is cheering on death. They're cheering on something, anything that is a shot in the air that, hey, pay attention to us. We can't breathe. And, I, in so much as, Robin Hood isn't a fairy tale that talks about, yes, you should steal from the rich and give to the poor because stealing is wrong, or whatever. Like, we all understand that stealing is wrong, but that Robin Hood was good. Why? The same reason that or somebody said it on, I think it was Facebook or Blue Sky once. If the CEO, or not even the CEO, if somebody had gone through into an ICU and just started pulling the plug on, everybody, that needed oxygen to breathe, or, whatever the thing for life support, we would rationally be up in arms and, oh my God, hey, you can't do that. That is literally what this guy and all the CEOs of healthcare companies are doing to make another buck. And this is wrong. And we know this, and we should say it. And I want to remind people that we have a dictator in office. And there are two ways that we can go here. There are two ways that we can go. One is going to be anarchy, because it's really hard to get a dictator out of office. We're at a really critical point right now where we still have the ability to hold hold Congress to task. There's a lot of things that they can do for us on our behalf, our representatives, but if they're not representing us, when I need you to know that the only time a dictator has ever been peacefully overthrown is when Congress or the equivalent has forced them to step down. It's the only time is when our representatives have represented us. And anytime the people have done it, it's been violent. I need everybody to stand in class solidarity, because it's the only way that all of us are going to do this live. I've been saying for a long, long time to all the anarchists that this isn't the way to go, that we can vote, that we can, redress our grievances peacefully, through protest, through, voting, primarying from the left. There have been things that we've been able to do, and we are one election away from losing all of that, all of it. And it's not going to be gotten back peacefully. So and we're not at a point right now where we can peacefully tell Congress that we want Medicare for all, because, we have healthcare and quote unquote big pharma throwing more money than we can ever hope to have at them to not do that. So I hate that it had to get to this point too. But you didn't listen to me when we could have done it peacefully. And so here we are. And it's not saying, yes, this is good, or yes, this is bad. It's saying, you know what, here's where we are. And shaming other people into, not to hating, this act isn't helpful, because we're way past that now. And so, that's my official stance, that we're at this really critical stance. And it's going to take class solidarity to get back. And that means, atheists, you're going to have to talk to Christians. You're going to have to reason with them. You're going to have to explain to them that it's not black versus white. It's not citizen versus immigrant. It's not, it's rich versus poor, period. End of story. We all need to be on the same page about that. And period. Like that's the only way we make it out of here alive. I'm saying. And I know I got the trans folk on side with me. I need the rest of you to come along, because again, when they're done othering the visible others, they'll find a reason to come after you. And I'm talking to you cishet white men. Because remember, in Germany, first they came for the socialist. Those are white Germans. We're holding the line. It's because we don't want it to get to you. And I don't normally show videos twice, but I do want to remind everybody of the Stanzi video, and then we're going to have some fun.
Satan?
Yes, Joanne.
Jimmy Carter died.
The Jimmy Carter? What the hell is he doing down here?
Oh, he's not. I just thought you should know.
Okay, I was gonna say. It's probably God telling me the news. Hello.
Hi, did you hear the
I
news?
sure did. He finally kicked it, huh? Oh no, he found the Reaper himself and he said, I want out of this bitch expeditiously. And the Reaper was like, are you sure? Because you still have like 15 years left. And he was like, I know what 2025 has in store. And it's bird flu and tangerine Hitler. I'm Audi 5000.
Was that a direct quote?
Yeah, can you believe it? Anyway, I set him up with a cute little peanut farm. But anyway, what's up with you? Oh, just the CEO of United Healthcare making a fuss down here, trying to demand a meeting with me. But I said, honey, my compassion is out of network, but I am sending you thoughts and copays.
Well, personally, I'll be holding space for his prior authorizations and deductibles.
Yeah, he was totally getting his ass beat down here, and we definitely don't take his insurance. He said that's unfair, and I said, well, that sounds like a you problem, which I'm pretty sure is the slogan for United Healthcare. Well, Jesus is currently sporting a free Luigi crop top, so it's safe to say we definitely got him covered.
All right, and today, who do we have here? Oh my God, it's a Maple Lander. You know what? I've been saying to Canadians, I need you guys. I need you guys to vote this year, and preferably whatever the most progressive person is, because we may or may not need to resurrect the Underground Railroads, and I'm going to need, like, I don't know what's up, like Canada and Mexico, like we need friends. So
Yeah. If I named myself just for fun here the Dr. Maple Nut Beaver, but maybe I should have put like emotional support Canadian. Yeah.
I love that.
First thing, just real quick, gonna throw this out there. In Canada,
Sure.
we don't vote for a person.
You vote for a party, yeah.
Right.
Who names the leader? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm American splaining. Please tell us how it works in Canada.
Yeah. So we got like multiple parties in our parliament, and whatever
What?
party.
Parties? What's that like?
It's kind
Sounds
of
illegal.
It's kind of weird and really kind of good, because it really helps prevent anyone from running away with all of the rules. Now it's possible that a party becomes the majority, right? But it's not that easy to do. So, for instance, I can pretty much tell you which party is going to have the most seats in our parliament, and therefore they'll name our prime minister. We're pretty confident at this stage. The numbers are changing, so who knows now? Trudeau dropping out has really changed a lot of things. But at this stage, it'll probably be the Conservatives in our country that will technically win.
So what is going on right now? Do you guys have a prime minister?
Yeah, Trudeau's still our prime minister.
Yeah, okay.
He's waiting.
He said until somebody else steps up, but like he did officially step down. So how does that even work?
He's still technically the prime minister.
Okay.
His resignation is effective, like at the
When
completion
somebody
of,
else.
Yeah.
Once the Liberal Party names who will be the
So
next.
did he even need to say anything, or
To clarify that he's not going to be the guy, I think so, yes.
Yeah,
he's not going to run? I mean, that he's not going to run again? Okay. I mean, it was really dramatic. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, he was not very popular right now.
No.
And Pierre Poilievre
At
is
all.
really running away with like a lot of bullshit rhetoric. And I think, and I'm guessing at this, but it seems logical to me. I think part of the reason is we were due for an election anyways in October.
Uh-huh.
But I think the Liberal Party and probably a lot of other people in Parliament were like, do we really want to have our like Trudeau going up against Trump and then in October vote someone else in who now has to learn what Trump is about, right? So it'd be better off to just like, let's get our next prime minister in the chair now, so that that's the only person that needs to be worrying about dealing with Trump, because Trump needs to be dealt with. Like, he's a force of nature. And
He's a freak of nature.
yeah, the new thing I like saying right now is Trump is using WMDs, weapons of mass distraction, and keeping things focused on like the reality. And you know what? The worst part is he's just going to make life so hard for Americans. Like,
That is the worst part, yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad you understand that.
No, but I mean, like, he's going to tariff Canada, and that's going to suck for us.
Sure,
But that's
sure.
a side effect.
Are you still going to have your right?
Really suck for you guys.
God. I mean, because like we just traded in our civil rights for grocery prices. So
And
That are about to
possibly,
go up.
I'd rather.
possibly Greenland.
Oh,
Let's hope not.
So considering community drama, possibly only me and Tap know why this is the first time you've ever been here.
How's she supposed to respond to that?
I'm just taking a deep breath. I don't like talking. I don't like talking about people behind their back. But like, okay, so a lot of the community, you may know this, a lot of the community was side eyeing you for quite a while.
That's okay. I don't blame them. I mean, my introduction to the community, if you will, was through Modern Day Debate, and I was a moderator.
And also, what was the other Nazi channel?
But the Matters Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, it starts at Modern Day Debate, right?
It does. It really does.
And from there is where I get introduced to people for over at Matters Now, and then they start doing this other channel, and I was like, okay, I'll play. You know, I wanted to play some YouTube and stuff, and then I don't know. After the whole DebateCon debacle from that a year ago, I was kind of soured on it, and then I was getting nothing but flat Earth debates, and people in the chat started saying Justin's a flat Earth sympathizer, and it's like, oh, I'm just trying to moderate, and everyone keeps calling Witted a Nazi and a Luigi. So, of course, I have to be like, that's not nice. And
I mean, but like you're a moderator. Your goal isn't to like go ham at one person or another.
no, it's to try to
to
keep things civil and discussion moving
right, the
forward.
discussion moving forward. Like that's
Yeah.
your whole thing, is to keep
Yeah.
people on the discussion, even if it's a Nazi discussion. Not saying that it was. It was
Yeah.
totally. I don't know. I don't know if it's better or worse than that. Flat Earth. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I will say that Flat Earth is better than Nazis, but God,
I mean, when it comes
hard.
to debate, Flat Earth is slumming it, right?
Yeah.
It's going like it's such
Yeah.
a stupid debate. It really is.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just got bored or tired of that stuff. So I was like, you know what? Thanks, James, but I'm just gonna bow out and I'm gonna go do my own thing with a certain other someone. And things started off okay. But you know, then it started with like a person, certain someone I was teamed up with was infighting with all of the people everyone I want to work with and the community I want to be a part of. And it's like, you know what? I don't care if you think they're right or wrong. I'm trying to get along with them and support them, and hopefully they'll support us and yada, yada, yada. And frankly, just to be completely blunt, easily one of my greatest friends up to this moment and still is Mark Reed. And, you know, when they attacked him and started calling him certain things, I was like, no. I was flat out like, that is nothing you're saying right now is true about Mark. And I don't want to hear it anymore. And I don't like it, it's over. It's fine. I have a channel partner now who I cannot collaborate with the person who I enjoy the most so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, fine. But then eventually there was a straw that broke the camel's back. And I was just like, I want a divorce. This literally was the line I used. It's like, I want a divorce.
No, I know it's hard. And Mark God is in the chat now, and had been accused of being misogynistic. And
oh my God.
I looked over everything, and I'm not even because I understand that I'm biased, but my bias goes away when we're talking about like any kind of civil rights issues, right? And I've had big fights with people, like a lot of people in my chat, a lot of people who've been to the streams, and I'm talking about people I absolutely love and adore. I've gone toe to toe with Stephanie Holmes, Ember, Bree, Jay Bundy. Like if you're wrong, like it's like I gotta, where even TKA, where I'm just like, hi, you there? Okay, you in a good mood? Great. I'm here to break that. Like you were wrong, and I kind of felt like you needed to know it. But I'm here right now because I do this, and people know I do this, and so I'm here to say that I was wrong. Because the reason you weren't here was, well, actually, Earl was asking like for a long time to come onto the show through Vandy, and I'm like, does she have to bring Justin? Because I haven't vetted Justin. And it seems kind of sus. I don't want him to do things like call, the entire trans community the alphabet mafia in a couple of months.
Oh no.
And then here I am just smiling at him all nice. And Like, I totally thought that would be you.
No,
And
no,
it turns out
absolutely
it
not.
was Earl. And I was wrong about you. When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. I'm
I didn't
sorry.
know you were wrong about me. You didn't have to say nothing.
I didn't. No. There are people that know I was wrong.
Okay, well,
I publicly coming out because
I was keeping my
I
mouth shut.
you would have, and you know what? So would my mods. So would my mods because they have my back. And I've done this to people. I've done this usually behind the scenes, where I'm just like, okay, this is what my mods are saying. I'm letting you know this is what I did. So I'm just like, and I've done that to people, and I'm just like, hey, I did this. I'm not sorry. If you have a, some people are saying that they wouldn't like it if I had done that to them. If you have a problem, please address me. And they're like, I know where you're coming from. We're good. And I understand. I'm kind of a big mouth bitch. It's kind of a byproduct of being the patron saint of woke bitches. It's
yeah. I mean,
I got a lot of mouth, right?
if
But
anything, my
I want
problem.
people to know that when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong, and I retract that shit. Justin, as of today, as of right now, January 26, 2015, at 9:52 p.m. Eastern time, you're good peeps.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think if anything, if I had one issue, one problem, if there was a strike against me, is that I have this naive idea where we can all get along. So I will just accept that, like, if this is the state of the way things are going to be, then let's move
Yeah,
forward with
see,
that. But I probably should have jumped shipped like a couple of months earlier than I actually did.
so
Um,
I tried that strategy, and normally what happens is at around the 45-minute mark, Maya kicks me off the show. So
Oh, are you asking to be kicked
good
off the
luck with
show?
that.
okay.
No, please.
I mean, I can do that.
I love it. I love it. It's so good.
All right,
Um,
all right.
well, this is a feather in my cap. This is a milestone. This is like on the road to trying to get like YouTube recognition and play buttons and things like that. This is like the first play button. I'm on Bad Science Sunday, everyone's must-watch Sunday night show.
Aw,
Um, Usually you're my bedtime show. Like this is the thing that's on my nightstand while I'm sleeping,
yeah.
looking the other way, and the wife is just on the other side watching her Doctor Who or whatever. That's like so
No,
if I
yeah. I
start to
miss
nod off, it's because normally the voice of Vandy and Maya is the lullaby. So I'll try to hang in there.
No, thank you. We appreciate it. I know we're late. We started late because when we started, holy shit, there were so many people streaming on Sundays. And it ebbs and flows, but now I'm just like, you know what?
No,
We
it's our
have our
spot.
time. If I move forward, I've really seriously considered moving forward an hour. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but
Forward meaning earlier.
like, yeah, an hour earlier. Like
Oh,
it,
it's
but I don't know that right now. I'm not looking to go. I'm not looking to change right now. Anyway,
yeah,
Andy, I
no,
would
it's
not say anything without talking to you.
yeah, it's
Right.
no, I'm fine with the time and stuff. It just
Well,
yeah.
a lot of people aren't, so I know it's too late for a lot of people. And I'm also trying to see. I know Ember. I want to get Ember in here because I know that she has been a member for 11 months and I cannot find it. It's driving me nuts. But Ember, thank you so much. Please continue to enjoy your tapioca weasels, your vaginas, and your middies. Justin, I'm going to let you do your elevator pitch, and then it's been like 25 minutes. We're going to jump into the stream.
My elevator pitch being like who I am,
Your
where I'm
channel.
at. Oh yeah. So I have a channel called Skeptic Spin, and right now I use that channel primarily to try to elevate and platform other voices in the community that I very much like, and do live debunks of YouTube shorts and things. And recently I've started doing some videos as well. So now I've got like midweek videos that come out.
Oh,
Been doing some top 5 lists with secular rarity that have been really fun and funny and short, which I believe that for our community, we love our 2-3 hour live streams and things like that, but sometimes we just need something to cover the Uber ride to work, or whatever.
yeah.
So I'm working on that Uber ride to work content, the 15 to 20 minute stuff. Last week we did top 5 Bible. No, the first one was Bible contradictions. Last week were Bible prophecies, failed Bible prophecies, and next week you'll have to just subscribe to my channel and find out what top 5 lists we're going to do next.
Yeah,
we're-
Secular Rarity is friend of the show. He'll be back on in about 6 weeks. He's doing a thing with I think it's Skeptic Haven. Oh yeah, Vandy, you're invited to that too. So remind me to tell you.
What happened? What am I doing? What am I
I know.
being scheduled for?
Remind me to remind you that we're scheduled at the end of March to do a thing. We'll talk more about it. Anyways, I do want to thank Logan Fisher, who's been a member for 12 months. Holy shit, a whole year. We're so excited. And then also Mark Reed, who celebrates 9 months as a cult member, which is awesome. Wait, do you know Canada has a meth lab in the basement?
He's talking about us.
That would be us. Yes, I did know that. So Ember, Logan, Mark Reed, please continue to enjoy your tapioca weasels, your nitties, and vagina. And Justin also gave us $2. Beware of the weasel.
Why do you have that?
It's for safety. Protect me from the weasel.
Where do I get one?
I need one of those. You put it on the gate, like, beware of weasel.
Yeah,
I am weasel.
It's for safety. It's for safety.
Sandy, what do we have going on today?
Okay, so today we have our friends over at Ward Radio, who we've covered before, I'm pretty sure. Probably, I feel like also maybe with exactly this, because it's got Kwaku. I just remember Kwaku. I love Kwaku so much. Anyway, they have 45,000 subscribers, and this video from 3 days ago has 6.8 thousand views. And the title, it's a grab bag of fun. Although actually, this one has some good sides and some bad sides. There's a But we
were going back and forth about it. He was like, "Well, if it weren't for the
you said it first,
and they're that," and I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, they're Mormons, right? They're devout Mormons, and so they're gonna have a cringy spin on some takes, but at the end of the day, not upset."
So to directly quote you, Maya, without your permission, if it weren't for all the God stuff, they'd actually be pretty based. Which,
okay.
So if I had to time this just right, we skipped the first bit, and the previous frame is the end of an ad.
Know what? Thank you, because I was going to ask you if you could start there.
Yeah, I skipped. We're starting one frame after the ad ends, and I think that matters because they get off to a good start. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me unmute it so I don't ruin the effect.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, it's Satanism.
Yeah, it's Satanism.
Okay.
You think transhumanism is Satanism?
It is absolutely the end plan of the Babylonian Brotherhood, and I'm sorry, pull up the thing I put in the Discord.
That escalated quickly. Okay.
Yeah, so this, I asked I was like, where does this begin? There's no lead up. They just start. The topic is transhumanism. The topic is transhumanism.
Which is the idea of like cyborgs, basically.
The version that they're thinking about, and I think that's probably a fairly mainstream view of it.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's what I said. That's all I've ever known it.
So I don't know.
That's all I've ever known it to talk about. But in my defense, when I'm listening to ideas on transhumanism, it's always in my alt account with the crazy people.
Oh yeah, see, I was going to think of something funny, but then I just had nothing. So now this is dead air, and I apologize.
Well, the dead air was funny, I guess. Now.
I am Weasel.
Yeah, we're starting off at a 10. All the comments, where's Kwaku been? You sure you want me back? This is what you're getting.
Yeah, so I did not know that Kwaku had not been here because, like, if he's not there, like, we're not watching.
Right? No, Kwaku is an icon.
Yeah.
Kwaku is an icon. I remember I first became familiar with Kwaku when he was one of the bachelors on Provost Most Eligible, which is a YouTube show that everybody should watch. All 3 seasons of. It's amazing.
I only know about it from him telling me about it in the
It's so funny. It's The Bachelor, but on a YouTube budget and in Provo, Utah, with Mormons, just Mormons. It's very amusing and somewhat wholesome.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Not digging the mustache though, but I'm not a mustache person.
That's
what you wanted. Oh man,
Okay,
I just love it
so-
because we're like, let's define transhumanism: pure Satanism.
Okay,
no other
so
explanation.
I don't know why Christians, this guy, Sovereign Bra, who's got...
Oh, should we read that tweet?
Oh, yeah, we should. Or
let me-
because you can probably see it.
Yeah.
better than me.
Okay, so this is Sovereign Bra. Okay, and Sovereign Bra is clearly a humorous account. Building brain chips, building robots, building Skynet, says we will create heaven on earth with AI, says we need a new philosophical system to unite the world religions, says X will become the global banking system, tweets references to the New World Order, and says people should merge their brains with AI. Right-wingers, now this is a guy we can trust.
Okay. That seems like a lot of... That list doesn't seem completely accurate to me.
No, well, no, but
No,
but,
I mean, yeah,
but,
because
but he
Elon
wants
doesn't-
it to be accurate.
I mean, well, yeah, Elon projects that onto himself, right?
Yeah.
That he makes anything rather than just throwing money at things he likes.
Yeah.
But
I like that picture of him. That outfit's pretty sweet.
yeah, no, and they're gonna call
Is that
attention
real?
to this, but that's like fucking Baphomet, and like,
There's no way he ever wore this outfit. This looks shopped. I can tell from some of the pixels and having seen quite a few shops in my time.
I could see Elon like commanding, like, just put my face here.
Yeah.
I need to tweet.
got
All right. Well, let's
questionable
let's see what
things he
guys-
says on the whatever podcast, but
Okay.
this guy got it right here. I don't know why Christians are upset. Well, evangelical Americans like Elon Musk. He is the archetypal conspiracy theorist antichrist. I don't know why Alex Jones...
Oh,
I'm
really?
an atheist. I don't believe in the Antichrist, but like Elon Musk is the best like archetypal Antichrist I've ever seen.
Real quick, I do want to say, was it somebody said here that it was his D&D outfit? Oh, the Shaken Fist says he did wear it, and it's his, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty
D&D
awesome.
outfit.
I'll give him props for that. That's pretty cool.
I am a goddess. I don't subscribe to anyone except Nero being the Antichrist. But if there were an Antichrist as you know, it is believed to have been, it would definitely be Trump. But we aren't allowed to believe that Trump is the Antichrist. So
Well, if
why
we're
not Elon? Because he wants immigrants to work here.
If we're going to specifically talk about Mark of the Beast, though,
Yeah.
then there's two figures that need to come into play here, right? Because there's not just the Antichrist, there's the false prophet as well,
Right.
right? So, and even then, as you pointed out, Elon just throws money at things he likes. Does that really make him the Antichrist or even the false prophet?
No, he wants immigrants to work in the United States. He is obviously the Antichrist.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he was born from...
likes him.
Well, you know, him and Obama, like, they're just.
All right. All right, let's see this. I'm assuming this video then is just going to be evidence of like
Elon as the
Elon
Antichrist?
as the beast, Mark of the Beast.
Or yeah. Well, he is the literal Mark of the Beast, or is creating the Mark of the Beast. Not really sure what's going on here.
All right,
Let's see. Let's
him.
find out together.
Like, I have no clue. So let's pull up the things he's doing. He's putting chips in people's brains to control you from a computer.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
think that's a thing that
Like,
I don't.
when you like the
We did have that neurochip.
He's putting chips in people's brains, but he's not doing it to control them. That
Right.
you can't do that.
No. You can't tell people that's why you're putting chips in their brains.
But it's not even on this list. That's how like dishonest he's
right.
being right away. The list even they are presenting, it doesn't say brain chips for mind control. It just says brain chips.
No,
And he's-
the mind control is understood.
It's implied. It is
Yes.
implied.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all right.
Why
fine.
else would you build a brain chip? Come on.
Fine. It's a plot for Batman Forever. Okay, cool. Whatever. Let's go.
You know, I know people who have like cyborg in enhancements and stuff, like implanted 24-hour blood sugar monitors and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm just saying, they probably don't have souls. So,
Well, like
The guy.
AJ.
That's
from
literally-
yeah,
She's got the cochlear implant, right? So
Yeah,
she doesn't have a soul then, I guess.
exactly. I mean,
right.
yeah.
what like
It used to just be the redheads that you could tell, but yeah, it's not. It's no longer always visible.
the 2008 like right-wing pastors were making the blogs about after they allow the homosexual marriage, they're going to allow the tripping of the brains to the
Like
This guy's
anyone
doing it in
who's
a turn
thinking
for
that there's going to be a microchip in the vaccine, how are you not concerned with the literal microchip going into your brain?
Okay, so
Well, it's
all
only
right.
by
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure most of them have no idea that he's doing that.
That's because they live in an echo chamber where,
Yeah.
yeah.
They don't. I'm pretty sure if you talk to most right wingers, they have no idea what the neurochip is.
So
I don't even
are
know what
they-
it's for.
are they
Presumably
trying
it's
to-
for like monitoring of something. But
are they trying to
Your
suggest
mind
that this
for
microchip?
control.
Are they trying to suggest this microchip is the mark of the beast? The whole like forehead and the right hand thing. The mark would be on the forehead of the right hand.
Well, yeah, but it's in your forehead.
Right, but the chip doesn't go in your forehead. It goes back here.
No,
that's
no.
even more in your
It
forehead.
goes in your forehead because
Yeah.
not like in the skin. Yeah, it's in your brain, which is behind your forehead. So it's in your forehead. See, it's
Okay.
4D chess.
Well, I could be wrong, and we'll let the chat
No,
tell
you're totally
me. but
wrong. Like if you
Hold
don't
on.
subscribe,
Is the other part of the mark of the beast is it needs to equal or equate to 666? How does the
look,
chip
it's
equal to 666?
mathematical a thing, right? Like
Numerology is not
yeah.
mathematics.
No, they really do think it's mathematics. Like there's something in like the ones and the zeros that equal 666. We don't see it, and that's how they get you.
Okay, I think you're reaching pretty far right now.
No, I'm regurgitating information.
I mean, yeah, this guy's reaching already, really to make it fit into this whole, like the final verses of the Bible and make it say it's the mark of
Are you
the
sure?
beast.
Are you sure you're just not a government shill?
No, I'm absolutely a government shill, and they're late on their payments. So by the end of this episode, I better see something, or I'm squealing.
I always get my checks on time.
the richest man in the world.
Well, yeah, hold on. I don't know. Okay, what does this have to? I don't know what transhumanism is.
This guy has no idea what's going on.
No,
Right.
yeah, like none. He's never heard any of this. He's along for the ride. It's great.
I can't get over his hat. The War in
There's-
Heaven veteran.
Oh hell,
Didn't you ever see that episode of South Park?
no.
I've seen them all. So yes.
The one where Kenny has the PSP, and they have to Heaven has to kill Kenny to get him to go up and fight the war with in Heaven.
right?
Yeah.
That is
He's a veteran of that
no.
war.
I have to find that episode now. Oh
It's
my
amazing.
god, that is awesome. It
Can we,
explains
like,
so
define-
much.
And at this point, I'm too
It's
afraid.
Why are we talking about-
Transhumanism is the merging of the human body and technology, and the merging of human consciousness
No.
with
Yeah, sorry, you finish.
Oh yeah, human consciousness with AI intelligence to create a superhuman Ubermensch. So we don't taste
jeez.
death, and we can last
What's
forever.
an
Now-
Ubermensch?
So we don't taste death and can last forever.
What's an Ubermensch?
I'm pretty sure he's making up words.
No, well, it's That's a
Cyborg.
term that means it means like superhuman person. It is a term that
It is a
I've
term?
heard before.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, it's not like an official like medical term. Like it's not that. It's not that. It only exists in this type of thing, but it's not a word he made up. He's using a
Okay.
pre-existing word.
Well,
Gotcha.
to my knowledge, and as far as I understand it, technically speaking, first of all, we don't even have real AI technology yet, right? Everything so far is just like very intelligent response systems and programs and things of that sort. The amount of
I don't see the
power,
difference.
you don't see the difference? It's the amount of
No.
power required to run an actual AI. If an AI intelligence was actually created and was able to just run on its own and learn and expand and I guess you could say evolve, the amount of electricity alone required to do such a thing would be astronomical, which is why,
Well,
a certain, what was the word I heard earlier today? The tangerine Hitler. That's why he's pushing so hard for like you guys to be self-efficient in power so that you guys can power more AI stuff. Having said that, this chip being connected to AI, that seems not like I don't see how that's going to work. Not at this stage of technology, anyway.
well, that's because you're not integrated with the AI.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
Okay. I have ChatGPT Plus. Okay, so I am one of the elites.
So do I. So,
Oh, okay.
blah.
Ooh.
I mean, without it, I wouldn't be able to call myself Dr. Maple Nut Beaver.
He has a point.
That's yeah.
You think I came up with that
He's
name
fulfilling
myself?
Satan's.
I come up with nothing myself anymore. I'm just like, okay, let me just.
By that we can be gods.
That, I think, is transhumanism at its most extreme. I think you have transhumanism on a bit of a spectrum, because I know some people who are self-declared transhumanists who seem much more like...
I would love to watch a video of them reacting to this video.
That would be fantastic.
people who are interested in futurism and like the use of technology for the betterment of society, right? So you have that spectrum of people who are like, hey, we should be using technology to better people. And then it goes into this straight up, I agree with you, Kweku, the straight up, like,
He's so happy to be agreed with.
Tower of Babel sort of idea of
God,
we will
there's-
obtain salvation through merging ourselves with the AI.
Brad,
I'm
you're
with you
right.
on that.
But here's what I think you're wrong about.
Okay.
The people who are the spectrum of transhumanists, the spectrum of Satanism, the spectrum of transhumanism you're talking about. Look, I know Don Bradley is a transhumanist, and I'm gonna be completely
Don
real for a minute.
Bradley?
Wait, what?
Wait.
I
All right.
do not know.
He's either the first guy to get that chip, or I don't know.
Are you-
He's LDS. Don Bradley is an author and independent historian specializing in the beginnings of Latter-day Saint restoration.
Okay.
That must be a trip.
I don't know what that has to do with any of this, but that is who he is.
Can you technically consider yourself a god if you rely on the technology that you've plugged into yourself? Like, can you ever
I
really reach a
Self-proclaimed
god?
myself a god, and everyone agreed.
Yeah,
And
but that's not why you're.
forth.
That's unrelated, though.
No,
You're a god
no,
because you're a god. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I just am a god, but
Like if Iron Man decides to call himself a god because he can fly around and like zap people with, his
Are
hand.
you born a god or can you become a god?
no, I was definitely born a goddess.
Right. But can someone become a god if they weren't born one?
I don't know. I think is Dr. Kip here? Didn't Jesus become God, or are you gonna? I'm not a new NT scholar me out of this
Well,
question.
then, Elijah or Enoch, right? So, close enough.
Well, I'm curious about this
13
Tower of Babel.
Sorry.
They brought up Tower of Babel too, which to me is a fascinating story, which just
Yeah.
so full of weird and craziness. So I hope they go on to that some more. But let's see what else.
Kind of. But yeah, let's see what they say.
Bradley's a transhumanist, and I'm gonna be completely real for a minute.
Wait, what?
13 philosophy guys in a conference room of the Marriott in Salt Lake City talking. Well, one day it would be interesting if we can. Those aren't transhumanists. Those are nerds who like to talk about stuff. This guy is a
Wait, what?
transhumanist.
Who's not a
So-
nerd that doesn't like to talk about stuff? Or wait,
Yeah.
is that only me and my friends?
I'm definitely a nerd who likes to talk about.
Is he referring to like the fathers of AI, the guys who had the big meeting originally on what the future of computers would be? Is
No,
that
I
what
think he's talking about Elon.
okay,
I
13
think.
people in the Marriott?
I don't know who those 13 people are.
That's what I mean.
They might be the disciples plus Christ.
Maybe.
Did they stay at a Marriott?
They tried, but there was no room.
No, that was 33 years earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, Nettie's
Yeah.
saying adoptionism is the view that Jesus was not divine but was adopted into God's sonship. I thought, was it Matthew or Mark had that view, but I could be wrong. Nettie would know. Oh, it says, or there's the Unitarian view where Jesus was in the presence of God, but a subordinate being like the Logos, Hellenized Jewish concept, that son to the earth content. No, I'm not saying the Son of God was the Son of God, but I like Nitty. He's my resident what do you call it? Bible, actually. He's very
He's your
knowledgeable
resident
on
Bible.
he's my resident Bible. He knows a lot of Bible. I'm just saying.
He's your AI Bible.
He's my AI Bible, Nitty. Oh, he also leads the titty mob. So
Okay.
Ride or die.
He's chipping people's brains. Just because Jackson Washburn likes the idea of living 10 years longer doesn't mean he's a transhumanist. These people aren't doing anything transhumaning. What are they doing? It's a Facebook comment thread in real life. And now you think you're a transhumanist. You're a fan.
Wait. I forgot where we left off.
Well, so now he's talking.
Upset about nerds talking and being like, well, we could do this. And he thinks that you have to inject things into people's brains to be a transhumanist, which, like, I see his point. I don't, like...
He's really bothered by the idea of a chip in your brain. I mean, I really...
Oh, yeah, he really is.
I'm normally kind of the early adopter type guy. I don't think I would be an early adopter when this becomes mainstream.
What it is.
But you know, I can see this just being definitely the future in 100 years, where everyone is born and given a chip.
I can't the idea of having a chip that monitors chemical levels inside your body, is not weird to me.
No.
The idea of having Elon Musk be the guy in charge of it is really weird to me. But
yeah, I mean, once he does it, once he's the first one to do it, someone else will do it right after him. And then they'll have it slightly different or slightly better. It doesn't necessarily mean that his will be the one that the world adopts. And every country will probably have their own. I mean, it's definitely, yeah, I could see like our grandkids being totally fine with this and it just being like a normal thing that people do.
This guy is a transhumanist.
And that is kind of what I'm saying with the spectrum of transhumanism, right?
I'm sorry, Don Bradley's not a dork. He's actually cool. He's got a good style and a cool tattoo. I'm just,
Don Bradley's super. Wait, okay, so he's a transhumanist?
He says so, right? I haven't talked to him about it. I haven't heard his opinion on it.
He has no idea what's going on.
But the vibe I get is that it's more in the vein of like, hey, we should be using technology to better the world, which Kwaku is like not a real transhumanist.
He's a transhumanist in the way like the 16-year-old with pink hair is a communist, even though she's driving a nice new white Toyota Camry and has an iPhone. She's like, I'm a communist. No, you want an aesthetic because you hate the cheerleaders at your high school.
What are they saying that the guy did?
I honestly can't tell if they're talking about this Don Bradley guy or if they're talking about Elon now, because they are less coherent than us.
Yeah, they found a rabbit hole right now, and I'm waiting for them to kind of dig their way out of it so we can get back on the topic of, Elon Musk being the
where are we at? Is it 6:02? Let's go to 7. Let's go to 7 and see if they're out of it.
There's the list. I saw the list. Once we get back to the list,
let's go back to the list.
We did
chipping people's brains. Okay.
Well, there's point 1, chipping people's brains.
Okay, okay. Building robots.
The
literally
robots are terrifying.
By the way, they're already starting with that. The fact that we have no more cashiers, everything is these robots taking over, putting people out of jobs. Okay.
They took our jobs!
Oh my goodness. Look, we've already studied this topic to death as far as like humans go. Robots aren't going to take jobs. Robots will just create better jobs.
Yeah.
right? So the more of the menial tasks that are replaced by automation and robots means that there'll be 2 new jobs created for maintenance and uh, improving the efficiency of the items and redesigning robots and people designing robots. Like, it'll be the new
Yeah.
trade. Making robots is going to become the next welders and the next
Right.
plumbers. It's going to be the new trade.
Yeah. And I mean, it's people, God, I appreciate the people who went to or UTI. Oh my God, UBI. Nobody wants a UTI.
UTI is a different Sunday show.
Totally different. Yeah.
I
I
have a
think,
UTI.
All right.
true.
I don't.
That's what we call a TMI. I love that our guests have started bringing in their own weasel props.
They don't even stop there. They don't even.
Oh,
I was just trying to stand up for, maybe a population that's getting mocked.
Oh, I love this.
What
I
the
love
hell?
This. Magnet drop. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, you gotta.
Now
I have a UTI. Oh.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I got magnet letters just for the show.
Okay, building Skynet says we'll create heaven on earth with AI, which is literally what they want to do. Merging people's consciousnesses, their brains with AI, so we're half computer, and then they can control our minds. Literally can control our minds and brains.
No.
In conscious.
I protest the use of the word literal here. I hate this so much. I'm gonna rearrange the letters to just say literal, and I'm gonna call them on the use of the word literal.
You're not going to be able to rearrange the letters on that because literally you don't have the correct letters. There's no L.
They're magnetic.
Yeah, but you don't have an L on there, so you'll have to bite off the end of the T.
Consciousness. He frickin' Elion. By the way, Elon is literally Elion.
It literally isn't. It literally is missing some letters.
Yeah.
Get it again.
Yeah.
It's not literally Elion. It's literally Elon.
You literally fucked that up.
He's literally stretching it and reaching right now. Oh boy.
Okay, it literally means holy my goodness. Okay.
What does Elion mean?
Do you know? So that's Elion is one of the demons.
Is that?
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Big demon.
Elion does not mean demons.
Well, is it the name of a demon? I don't have a master of demonology except for the specific subcategory of magnetism.
So, first of all, Elon's not Elion. Therefore, whatever Elion means doesn't mean Elon. Whatever Elion means is what Elion means. Secondly, Elion means something more like elevated or raised God or something to that level. I'm not 100% sure myself, but it doesn't mean demon. So, whatever.
Yeah, it
Yes.
never has, unless I don't know. You're a Mormon. Where's
Well,
our
Kip
resident
says
Mormon?
no.
Anyway, yeah, I think we chased him off, right?
I haven't seen him here tonight.
Who's the resident Mormon?
Caden Slinker.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll keep an eye.
Okay.
His name is
I
literally
like
Demon.
Caden. I
Okay.
miss him.
I do
he
like
keeps us. He keeps us diverse.
I don't know how. Is that not like the perfect example of rearranging and reaching and Elon is Elion and it means demon? It's like, no, you literally changed the word around. It can't possibly still mean the same thing.
Well, yeah, but if A and B, even though they're totally different things, if you just call them the same and have a radio show, then people will believe you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're going for here. Just saying.
Yeah. In this
Okay,
case,
so wonderful. Okay. After Trump wins, he tweets Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means New Order of the Ages. Great. Oh, and by the way, it's only a quote from Virgil.
That is not how you pronounce Virgil.
okay.
Unless Virgil is a different person. The poet Virgil is like one of the biggest Latin poets. I don't know exactly when Virgil did his Virgiling. What did he write? I can't remember.
Oh, it's
Aeneid?
got to be somebody who remembers something.
Did he write the Aeneid? I don't know. No,
And either
that
the
sounds that sounds Greek. I shouldn't talk because I'm going to get it wrong and be even more embarrassed. It's a horrible.
Is it
So,
Virgil? Okay,
it's Virgil. I
Okay.
looked this up and I
I
had
was
the
gonna
thing
say,
do the
like, is it Virgil?
pronunciation. I looked it
Let me
up.
see. We can,
'Cause
yeah,
I
we can.
didn't-
Hey, why don't you read the super chat and I will find whatever Virgil wrote. Yeah.
That's really mean. Okay, left-handed Jedi for $5 has paid for the privilege of this public service announcement from hell. Weasels may be magnetic. Handle with care. I am a lot of things. We are a proud people. I am not magnetic. How dare you?
So the Roman poet Virgil is most famously known for writing the epic poem called the Aeneid.
Yes! Oh, I'm so happy I got that right.
You did get that right. How do you pronounce that? Aeneid?
The Aeneid is how
Aeneid.
I understand it to be
I'm going
pronounced,
with that.
but I don't know.
Which tells the story of the Trojan hero Aeneas and the founding of Rome after the Trojan War. He also wrote See, I wasn't forced to read any of this in high school.
I was
Eclogues, that pastoral poems
Ecoclemes?
and Georgics, a didactic poem about farming. So yeah, old dudes for the win.
All right.
Well, you know that whole thing about how guys think about the Roman Empire every so often? It's kind of
Got to do it.
Glug or Aeneid, where it's talking about the new order of the ages. Oh, don't worry, that's when Apollo's gonna come, and he's gonna reign on Earth as this new god. Oh, Satan, great. Oh wait, keep going. Don't okay. Says X will become the global banking system. By the way, the X of X is it's the Freemason X. It's literally the Freemason symbol.
Is it literally?
So
oh my God, Justin's gonna die.
Literally.
It is literally the Freemason. Oh my God.
I used to have this guilty pleasure of watching a little program called Big Brother, and I had to stop watching because of all the diary room sessions when people would constantly use, oh, I literally did this and literally did. I was like, I couldn't handle it anymore. It's not literally the Freemason symbol. In fact, so it looks like that Vandy has Googled the images here.
This is the Freemason symbol,
which would be literally the Freemason symbol. The X symbol is not.
Wait, can you click on that? The first one or the
so this is the actual one, and if you turn this into a little ball and turn these into single strokes and turn these into double, or make them symmetrical double strokes, then you're getting this idea here is how they're sort of framing it. I don't see that. I don't see this iconography of that symbol, which is a big stretch. Like, I see how you do it, but it's a huge stretch. It's not the same symbol.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And then they take half of it and then drop off a little ball at the you have to, and there's no G.
Wow. I'm really mad at him for making me give Elon any credit for anything ever. Like, holy shit. Like it is just not what happened.
Yeah, he needs to check his use of the word literal.
That's the problem here.
There's that. And there's that.
Freemason's the new global banking system. And now scroll down. And he literally keeps scrolling.
Oh my God! I want to know if he said something that's literally true after saying literally twice, because
literally wears the Baphomet demon on his chest, and that was his profile picture for 2 years. And he's the
is that Baphomet? Because that might be true. He might actually get that one.
I'm not qualified to call him on that use of the word literal, but that might be why he said it 3 times, because he's like, now I'm going to get the definition right.
Oh my God.
The richest man in the world So the richest man in the world who wants to colonize other planets, like Nimrod did, who wants to merge your consciousness with AI he controls and chip your brains, and his name is Demon, and evangelicals are like, well, he let me post memes about Chinese people, so I guess I'm going to have to like him. Like,
I mean, that is the point. That is
Right?
the point.
Exactly. Like, there's actually a lot of like, it's so weird.
Well, but Nimrod didn't want to colonize other planets. Didn't Nimrod just want to colonize heaven or something?
Nimrod didn't know about other planets.
Right.
And okay, to be fair, these are Mormons. They literally do think that other planets are like heaven. They think that God lives on in another specific star system that you can point at in the sky. I can't remember like the details of it, and that we can. It's actually a remarkably transhumanist religion when you think about it, but
Okay.
which is probably why it appeals to so many Mormons. Actually, which is a thing that they have already sort of alluded to through the one guy. But
Oh my god, this guy's
Poor
pretty
moron.
funny, by the way.
yeah, Kwaku is
Morons for believing. What does Musk mean? I bet it means like
Oh my
demon
God.
worship. I bet Musk means worshiper or something horrific. Like, what does Musk mean?
It means
you should look that up, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll look it up on the AI right now.
I can't wait to figure out how horrific this is going to be.
That's just an LA Rams symbol on his armor, right? He's just
Oh
an
no,
LA
it's
Rams?
definitely
Oh, hey, can I read this? Musk, a strong-smelling reddish-brown substance which is secreted by the male musk deer for scent making and is an important ingredient in perfumery. 2, a relative of the monkey flower that was formerly cultivated for its musky perfume, which has been lost in the development of modern varieties.
so.
So
if
when I
we-
put in Musk definition, that's what popped up.
yeah, and so if it's his last name, then that means Elon Musk means what? Demon that pisses on things? Is that what that means?
Is
Spreads his
secreted by
scent?
things.
Secreted by things?
Secretes demonism.
I mean,
I'm just imagining like
Am I-
Elon
am I
as
a
a
Mormon
cat in heat, just spraying on shit.
like your face, so that you can do that
Oh,
whole thing,
no,
like in that
no.
South Park episode.
a demon. I think that the actual explanation is that it's something to do with like I can't remember if it was like a D&D character or like he plays a lot of what's the game? It's
Diablo.
it's a
Chip people's brains and control them and
no, it's like
Magic
a
the
video
Gathering?
game.
Is it Diablo?
It's
Is it
Diablo.
Diablo that they're looking for?
Yeah.
World of Warcraft?
No,
The other Blizzard IP.
Diablo 2?
that's the one. Diablo 2, which
Okay.
ironically for this conversation is the devil, right?
Brad's like, hey.
I enjoy playing Diablo.
He just dresses like the devil.
It's Diablo
because he
4
plays-
actually.
I
Oh,
really,
Diablo
plays a video-
4.
I really should have put more tequila in this daiquiri or this margarita. God,
Well, I mean, so you probably have chemicals under the sink, like in a pinch.
I mean, how much
Okay.
tequila?
no,
do
I
you-
mean I do, but it's downstairs and like
How much tequila can you put in that glass before it's not a margarita anymore? It's just a tequila.
it's just like pink tequila. I should find out. 'Cause goddamn.
Yeah.
Words are flexible.
This Diablo thing is interesting too because when Diablo first came out, the world was very upset with that game and the imagery in that game. So I'm hoping that they really dive in on this now too. So let's see.
Are you kidding
He
me?
is the world's best player of Diablo 4.
Are
Thank you.
you kidding me? The guy is dressed up with the devil emblem. Well, don't worry, guys. I just got it from the video game. What is the video game? It's called The Devil. Oh my gosh!
It's called Diablo. Okay?
How are you people falling for this? This guy, like, you could.
Right, like that.
I mean, Diablo is Spanish for devil. I mean, he's got a point.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Like I shouldn't have made that nitpick. It was the worst possible nitpick. he's correct there. But his problem, like, it's so weird because like I'm on the same side with him in that I don't like or trust Elon Musk.
Same.
And he's out for, himself, and he's like not a person that these people especially should be trusting. And honestly, for like like the reasons that he's articulating are the reasons that the people he's like, what the about why it's so WTF, because it's like you are the people who are like, you have some of the most like wild conspiracy theories about how Obama is the Antichrist and like working with Hillary Clinton in a secret like child thing cabal, and the guy who I don't know. Hillary never showed up to a convention wearing Diablo paraphernalia.
Yeah. I mean, and someone in the chat just pointed out too that Diablo is actually the name of the villain in the game.
Yeah.
You play the character that destroys Devil.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
So, I mean, if Elon Musk is the Antichrist, that's I don't know. That sounds like a Netflix show right there, where the devil plays a game where he destroys himself. I don't know. There's some meta there that's interesting.
Well, for $4.99,
Nietzsche.
yeah,
See?
says
Nietzsche came up with it.
guys, they mentioned Nietzsche's Übermensch. They must be correct. And I mean, obviously, duh. Like, why else would you mention that if not to signify how correct you are?
Not craft an actual Antichrist better than the richest man in the world trying to colonize other planets and chip your brain. Like, everything they've been saying is going to happen, he's doing it in one, and they love it because he lets them post racist memes. This is how stupid we've become as a country.
Well,
He's missing a lot of his the whole Mark of the Beast stuff. He's missing a lot of the points of it. Musk can't be the Antichrist until we have the false prophet. The false prophet has to come first. So who's the false prophet then? Is it Trump?
It's not entirely clear to me what their opinion on Trump is.
Yeah, I mean, they do say something later that if we get to it, I will mention, but I'm not altogether sure. They don't like Elon. That is, I'm very confident about that.
And honestly, it's kind of weird that people do like Elon, because I think the point he just made was a valid one. Like, that he is an archetypal like way that you would craft an Antichrist character. I don't believe in the Antichrist, okay? Like, I feel like I mean,
if we're doing an internal critique, I believe that the writer of the story believes that Nero was the Antichrist. He lays that out very well.
Yeah.
And then it's been kind of superseded or what's the word I'm looking for? The grab out of context by Christians today. And I don't know that is ever appropriated. Thank you. You know what? I like that. Thank you. By Christians today. And I don't know that the way that it is thought of today has ever been thought of out except in maybe the last 100 years, and I'm being generous, pushing it back that far. So I don't know. Where's my Bible, Nitty? He probably knows how long people have been thinking about this. Like
voice activated AI Bible, Nitty.
Yeah, I know, right?
Bad news for you, then.
Real quick. For $6.66, my unfinished journey says, "Hail Nero, hail the goddess, hail you hooligan." And everybody knows, hail the mark of the beast. Knows the mark of the beast is a red MAGA hat. And that is so true.
Yeah, that's actually more accurate than the chip in the head as far as I'm concerned, because at least the MAGA hat is sitting on the forehead.
It's on the forehead, yeah. It's right on the dome. You can see it very visibly. And in the way that they describe the end times, very apropos.
Because I'm looking at their membership growth. Did you see those? The graphs?
Are you talking about the Mormon Transhumanism Society?
Yes.
There's a Mormon Transhumanist Society?
Exactly.
There's a society for everything.
I was today years old.
Let's sign up. It'll be fun.
Mormon Transhumanist Association. Hold up, Google finished it for me. Oh, this is a thing. What the fuck?
It's a very transhumanist religion on the whole.
On my next census, that's what I'm putting on there.
like
Transhumanist Mormon.
the metaphysics of Mormonism leads itself towards transhumanism much more naturally than most other religions.
Somebody wake up Caden. I must know more.
The
Holy shit.
next time my city has a census, I'm putting transhumanist Mormon on there as my religion.
Wait a minute. Oh, they have a purpose. Hold up. The Mormon Transhumanist Association, MTA, which is also the Maryland Transit Authority.
Is the Maryland Transit Authority as largely male?
Not to be confused with.
I know, right? Like every time I see MTA, it's just like, wait, what? I am going to think different thoughts now. That is hilarious. Anyways, the MTA approaches the pursuit of goals of both transhumanism and theosis, exaltation as active, engaged, ongoing rather than passive work. This is the path towards post-humanity. What the fuck, Mormons?
Right? I'm telling you.
Post-humanity, is that just like a really soft way of saying like after death?
No, I think they actually mean it in a more sci-fi sort of way.
Oh, like, so I get an implant, I'm no longer human, I'm post-human?
Actually, can I?
Or you're an X-Men.
That. Here, we'll do this because I don't.
I thought that was a window that appeared on my screen for some reason for a moment. It was very disorienting.
No, this is like the path towards post-humanity. And for Mormon transhumanists, the pursuit of theosis and exaltation entails deliberate active work. This work emphasizes another key doctrinal feature of Latter-day Saint teachings: human agency. Agency is central to both. Oh my God! Like I don't know how I let this just like.
Well, hold on. What's the quote?
Oh, a person filled with the love of God is not content with blessing their family alone, but ranges through the whole world, anxious to bless the whole human race. I don't know how that like goes into everything else they're saying, but there's like 6 fucking points here. Questions for discussion. Like, I kind of wish I had read through any of this before.
I know what Trey Parker and Matt Stone's next musical should be now. The Transhumanist Mormon stage musical.
That would be hilarious. They would go places with that premise.
Tony's all day, every day if they did that.
This is great.
Chat room.
But the Mormon Transhumanist Association is largely male. It's 78.4% male and 18% female. I hate to say it, but those are the stats of our channel as well. Almost 80% male, 20% female.
And then there's another one to talk. What is this?
So I have to ask, Maya.
Sir?
What are the stats for this channel?
Oh, that is a good question. It's probably 80% male. Hey, trans women, here's a favor. I don't know if you've actually, I know you're changing your gender and a lot of things. I don't know if that's been true for YouTube too. But women are vastly underrated. I feel like I'm a little higher than that, but you have to ID to get noticed. So since most of you are not the genders that you presented yourself as when I met you, just asking if double check that out. I don't know, but like whatever makes you feel comfortable, and especially if you're American or English trans women, I would understand if you didn't want to do anything that tipped the government off to you switching your genders out of self preservation, because 2025 is like, damn.
I'm not sure what Skeptic Spin sits at as far as like men, women, or whatever, but I normally pay attention to which country is watching. So like 90% of my viewers are American. And then there's like 3% Canadian, and then other, which I think is just Mark Reed.
Well, I thought I was bad. No, I'm 70% American.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Aussie's representing. But yeah, I do have a lot of Europeans that watch too. And then Bree says that she's 57%. Wait, was that male or female? Where did that go? You guys are
said female.
Okay, female. Wait, 57% female? Holy shit. That's high. I thought so. I don't know if Spackle's here. She had a really high female percentage, but mine, yeah. And what are other people saying? Nitty says, Vandy, that is not X-Men. That would make you a commissioned. Oh,
Yeah, I knew that.
goddamn
For the
chat.
record, I
Okay.
didn't think it was actually. but like the idea of like, because I think that there were definitely some flavors of like the X-Men villains that identified as a post-human like species or something, or maybe that's just a thing that I have made up in my head.
Jillian says Caden's off trying to force people to believe in his God. Yeah, so I asked people.
I saw Caden, I feel like
actually,
recently.
yeah, I've seen him on a Dapper Chad twice this year, but yeah, I haven't even seen him there very often. And usually I'm looking for people to at me to see if I actually need to do any actual modding in there because I'm frequently multitasking.
Skeptic Spin is 95% male, 5% female.
Oh, God.
I just want to say that I have no disparity on my channel between my male and female viewers.
What, all content. 0 of them?
My strategy is working out perfectly, okay? That's all I'm saying.
In fairness, I was his very first sub, so...
Terrible decision making.
1% is intersex. It says
which of the so this is the Mormon Transhumanist Association. Which of the following religious groups do you affiliate with?
This is kind of funny.
70% affiliate with the LDS Church.
Well, let's hope so. If they're
this is the Mormon transhuman. I keep on wanting to say authority because you mentioned the MTA earlier.
It's a licensing bureau now. It's not even just a
and no, because in the Latter-day Saints, the Mormon Transhumanist Association, only 70% of them identify with the LDS Church.
They're the Mormon Transhumanist Society, right?
I feel like, right? And then there's unaffiliateds at 16%.
It almost feels like that should be higher.
Unitarian Universalist at 12%, Buddhist at 12%, other at 15%.
By the way, those numbers don't add up.
I'm confused.
Did you notice that? They started with 70%, I think, of Mormon. And then they said, let's go back and check. Hold on.
They're the Mormon Transhumanist Society.
So they already said 70%.
Right?
I feel like, right? And then there's unaffiliateds at 16%.
It almost feels like that should be higher.
Unitarian Universalist at 12%, Buddhist at 12%, other at 15%.
That already takes us, what he just said, those sum up to 55%. So the Mormons so far shouldn't have been over 45%, unless you're doing multiple stuff, in which case, like, I don't want to be the no true Christian, because I'm, not a Christian. But like, yeah,
you'd kind of think if it's the Mormon Transhumanist Association, wouldn't you expect that to be, I don't know, like 100%?
Yeah. Or maybe other sects or like whatever. Like for
although we did all just like sign a pact to join the Mormon Transit Authority. Damn it! That was unintentional. I swear to God.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, I was going to comment the same thing. Like, I don't understand how you can be Buddhist and Mormon. So, like, I don't understand these numbers at all.
That is. It's not like, whatever. For $2, Two Guys Talking History, friend of the show, says, does the beast use magnets to be transhumanist?
Friend of half the show.
The beast can use magnets only on parts where they are transhumanist. Some parts, maybe not.
That makes sense.
It also depends on what percentage you mean. If it's 150% or, I don't know. It's nonsense.
For example, I eat Hebrew National hot dogs and I love them, and I joined a Hebrew National hot dog fan club.
Okay,
but I'm Mormon. I mean,
Did we miss something? Did we skip ahead?
No, we didn't. What he's talking about how he's not Hebrew. He's saying that it's not that kind of club. He's going on a
The
long
Church of
winded.
Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who never uses the old explicative Mormon.
It's like I'm not actually a transhumanist, but I chip my brain. Like what?
Yeah. So now here's my thing. Like Kwaku, this is where I
You
think
totally missed that.
this is where
Quake's just been on his phone for like 2 minutes now.
Wouldn't you, by definition, if you chipped your brain, be transhumanist though?
I mean,
Isn't that what we're
I mean,
saying?
I would think so, but like,
Because he just said if I chipped my brain, I wouldn't be transhumanist though, and I'm just like, but
I
wait a
feel
minute.
like chipping your brain is like. Oh no, I'm thinking of chipping your skull. Never mind.
So for $2, my unfinished journey says, "Don't chip your brain. Like and like and share instead. You can also subscribe if you're not." But I happen to know that from looking at my analytics that everybody that watches is already subscribed. So way to go, smart people.
Yeah,
Find friends who aren't subscribed.
Yeah,
Make
since
them
we
do
brought
too.
it up and I looked at it too, it's like 40% of my viewers are unsubscribed. Like they're not.
Everybody who watches me subscribes.
Good for you. Good for you.
Good, yeah.
I'll try
Good
not to
chat.
be responsible for
Very
you
nice
losing any
cult.
subscribers.
Good call.
this is where I think that there's a little bit of nuance here. A little bit of nuance is
Kwaku doesn't do nuance.
Before you say anything else, Carden, if it was Hillary Clinton that had every single thing on this list,
I made
you'd
that
be
point.
red in the face and shaking your. But because it's
What did I miss?
He's making the point that if that list of things applied to Hillary Clinton,
Oh my
people
God.
would lose their
mind.
fucking minds.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they make up shit about her to lose their minds over.
It's so funny.
Yeah. But I mean,
Demon.
in fairness, though, even on the left,
It
would be a no-go.
People hate Hillary Clinton.
When you get
a lot of people hate Hillary
when
Clinton.
you get excited and triggered like that, Vandy, you can literally hear the springs in your chair like decompress and like the thing bounces around your room. It's
I'm an excitable guy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh wait, and you said he's wearing the Maple Lander tuxedo. What's going on?
He's wearing a Canadian tuxedo. Yeah. Yeah.
I dressed up for the occasion.
Is that? I mean, is that because
I felt honored?
You guys are like Mounties or like lumberjacks? I don't. Why is that?
No, we just like flannel for no reason.
Gotcha.
Flannel is a very Canadian color.
Way to go.
We'd have a flannel flag if it wouldn't be offensive.
Would that be offensive?
I don't think that would be offensive. I think a flannel flag with the maple, like a proper flannel Canadian flag with the maple leaf and everything, is the most Canadian thing I can imagine, except for the heist I learned about the other week.
You just learned about the maple syrup heist? You only just learned
Dude,
about
I talked to Al Trucker. He didn't know about it.
What?
And he lives in Canada. He had never heard of the Great Canadian Maple Syrup Heist, which is a real thing, and it is the biggest heist in Canadian history. And
what does that mean? Is that like? I mean, are you allowed to be like a Maple Lander and not know about the heist?
There's even a Netflix show about it now.
Holy shit! Oh, bad Canadian. God damn. For $2, Left-Handed Jedi says, "Bet they bring Gematria into it." Let's see.
Who's Gematria? Nobody. Oh, okay.
Oh, me? Okay.
You know more about Gematria in particular than I do.
Okay, so a lot of people lately have been using it to signify that Hillary Clinton is the work of the beast.
But what is it?
No. Like, when you're talking to me, I'm gonna have to I don't know.
I don't know anything about Gematria.
Well, I do. I know that it's how you would actually get to Nero being the mark of the beast rather than Obama. But like the actual definition of it,
it's a I think it gets misused by a lot of people, but it's basically the correlation between letters and numbers, right? Or no?
Well, in the Hebrew Bible, as we're talking about the Bible, it's the Hebrew Bible. So the whole as above, so below, you're supposed to be able to so there's two meanings to the Bible. There is the esoteric one where it's talking about the things that go on up above and then how it correlates to below. And then okay. And then there's the Gematria, but I've heard it pronounced both ways, where every letter is a number. And trying to bring it up. Where's my...
Does it refer to the same sort of parallelism and metaphors that John was actually writing about in Revelation? Because like that's
well,
the reason that you think about like Nero.
Nero is 666 because it was really big.
661, yeah.
Where's Dr. Kip? God damn it!
But
it was really big at the time that he was writing it. So there's nobody who would have read it at the time he written it that could read that wouldn't have known about it. So right here it's saying it is a Kabbalistic method of interpreting the Hebrew scriptures by computing the numeric value of words based on those of their constituent letters. I don't know if you can see any of this here.
Yeah, so
but it's
okay. I thought it was like a proper name of a person in a story.
No.
Okay, so it's like a cryptic kind of thing where it's
what I'm unsure about is it definitely gets misused in like modern like numerology BS stuff.
Did that hurt?
I don't know if that
modern
means
numerology. Did you hate saying that right now?
It doesn't start with an M and have an A after it. So normally at that, like I'm pretty clear on a word when I say it, and it doesn't start that way. Now you broke me. Okay, that introspection broke me.
Sorry. Image and new tab. Yeah, this is. I guess this is what I want. Hold up. Don't go yet. I want to beware of weasel.
If you tell me later in our DMs there, Vandy, if you send me your address, I'll send you the sign. You can have it.
Yes, I'm so happy. Although now that I think about it, I realize I could probably just like order one on Amazon.
Pretty much where I got it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually funnier if you keep it for the future.
Yeah, I'm sure the chat is yelling at me right now, and I'm sorry I'm in a different screen. I can't see any of you. But like if you like look at here where you have the different letters and what they represent, and it's a way of, and we're missing.
Yeah, so so Kip just said that the number of the beast is either 666 or 616. I always get that messed up. I always think it's like either 666 or 661. But,
yeah, I know.
But it's Gematria, and in both instances, it can align with Nero, Caesar, or Kaiser, or whatever.
No, yeah, it's Nero or Neron, or it's something with when it's a different number when there's an N at the end, as in a different language. But I'm not a Bible scholar. I don't really look into the shit. So Kip's probably typing stuff in the chat. Pay attention to him. Like that would, Kip wouldn't steer you wrong. I know this for a fact because Kip will often.
Gematria bingo is weird.
That would be cool. No, Dr. Kip frequently like watches Bad Apologetics, and then he'll like DM me. It's like, do you see what this idiot just fucking said? How can anybody be this stupid? I'm like, I live in America. It gets worse. Sorry, shit's bad, y'all.
And you're like,
demon lover Musk. Well, let me get this out. Who's the jaundice skinwalker? What's his name again?
Brian Johnson.
Okay, so Brian.
The jaundice skinwalker.
That, but like,
god damn.
I feel like you could get away with calling Trump that. I'm just saying.
I was just gonna say that's what I thought they were talking about.
Like jaundice is yellow and not orange, but like it's close enough.
Brian who? Like
Brian Johnson. Or something.
Oh, that's
Johnson.
That's a whole.
Is he? Are they talking about like who's the current Congress dude? There's a Johnson.
There's got to be a billion of these guys.
You're thinking Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House.
Mike Johnson. Yeah, I was like, it wasn't that, but.
Well, maybe they'll tell us.
Johnson. So let's look.
I thought we agreed we were going with Twilight Shifter.
Okay, Twilight
yeah, the Ice
Shifter.
Blood Twilight Shifter.
So
I need to know who this is. They are a jaundiced skinwalker, which, by the way, like,
I love
good
that.
insult. Like, that's a
Right.
good.
He's
Great.
I've heard of
Jaundice.
this. I googled him real quick, and I remember now. I've heard of this guy.
Okay.
He's trying to beat death, and he's doing everything. that he
Oh.
can. Like,
Oh.
so
Does-
you name it, and he's doing it. Like everything from the
He's alive?
yeah, he's alive, and he's trying to like stay alive forever. So he's like doing the like he's injecting other people's bloods into him, and he's doing all
Does
the
he powderize
surgeries
his own
and, like,
feces and snort it?
if it's some kind of gimmick or trend that is supposed to reduce or prevent aging, he's doing it.
It will.
doing all
Hey,
of it.
guy, it'll do that. Do it.
I'm not doing it.
Not you.
No.
This guy.
Look, Dr. Tapioca Weasel's
shouldn't say that.
opinions are not necessarily representative of this.
If people think that powdering their feces and snorting
Don't
it is a good
do
health
that.
idea,
If you're not Brian Johnson. God.
I'm just saying, like, you know.
I'm putting
Am I
"Don't Die"
jealous?
because apparently there's a rocker named Brian Johnson as well. But if we go to Instagram right here, and then we pull up Brian Johnson, okay, this guy was the dude that was coming after us for crumble cookies just a couple of weeks ago. But anyway, you look at Brian Johnson, all right, and he's doing all of these different surgeries or treatments or everything to supposedly live forever and, quote, don't die, as the package says. You always see him in the...
I mean, he doesn't look like he's going to die anytime soon.
Unless he's 75, in which
Yeah, I was
case,
gonna say
bravo.
unless all the surgeries and stuff means he's like really old right now.
Is he? How old is he?
I can't find the son of a bitch. Like, there's
He's-
so many Brian Johnsons out there.
Is he
Yeah,
like
he's-
Nicholas
he's-
Flamel? Is he so old that like you can't?
He's
even find
47.
him?
He's
Okay,
47.
like he looks good but I mean,
I don't know. I can just see
Not
him. He seems like
amazing.
one of those. He seems like one of those types of guys that suntans his scrotum. Like he's just got his knees in the air and
he's too white for that.
his butt to the sky.
Although I can't see his scrotum, so
these T-shirts that say "Don't Die." Okay, now
not gonna lie, a solid plan most of the time.
I mean, yeah, those two words all together are. I'm on board. I'm
Yeah.
sold. Yeah.
Are you a War in Heaven veteran? I'm still curious about this.
there's a difference between trying to escape death and avoid the inevitable and the psychosis and narcissism behind trying to cheat death, similar to a Tower of Babel, trying to build a tower to reach God. And in my opinion,
Or build a rocket.
or no,
to
he's,
reach
but
God.
he's not trying to reach God. He's trying to reach Mars. And he-
Oh my god.
Thank you. Like, even
But-
he's like, Kwaku, come on. He's like, he's just trying to get to Mars, okay?
Yeah, I
Maybe Kwaku thinks God is on Mars.
Well, Mars is a god.
Well, I mean,
Good point.
he's
I
not
mean,
wrong.
If we're just gonna stretch things out and do shell game with all kinds of definitions and things, let's just say that's the same thing. He wants to get to Mars. Mars was a god.
he understands that there's a limitation to the speed of light.
I want you to
But-
say that again and not. I want you to say he's not trying to reach God. He's trying to reach Mars.
Yeah, no, he's not. No, because
He thinks of the same thing.
trying to reach Mars is saying what a beautiful human endeavor to achieve in a lifetime, instead of saying I'm going to compete with the divine.
I'm just gonna build a
This guy is steel manning Elon here.
giant tower to get me to outer space or to
Actually-
colonize another world. That's what
Well,
Nimrod
hold on,
wanted
let me
to do.
finish.
Can
let
I
me
give
finish
you
my-
both a point?
Yeah,
Is
but let me
this
just
guy
finish my
worried
really.
that God's gonna have a repeat of the Tower of Babel story, and like suddenly the world is gonna get smited, and we're all gonna be speaking different languages again
Plausibly, yes.
because a rocket ship happens to resemble a tower. So he's kind of just calling that okay.
Well, yeah, but it gets you really, really, really high. I mean, I use weed for that personally. But
Right.
Colonize another world. That's what Nimrod.
This guy's literally nuts. Just putting that out there.
he's Kwaku is an absolute mad lad. Okay, like he's crazy.
I'm just going to build a giant tower to get me to outer space or to colonize another world. That's what Nimrod
hold on,
wanted
let me
to
finish.
do.
Can I give you both a point?
Yeah, but let me just finish mine really fast.
You get a point.
Is that there's a difference in my mind between using technology to try and cheat death and using technology to try and improve life while it lasts.
But what about improving it by making it last longer?
And if you're having somebody who is paralyzed, who is now walking because of a brain chip, or you have somebody who is blind, who is now seeing, or somebody who has a prosthetic arm that can now grab things, even though an IED took that away in Iraq, that is transhumanism, but that's improving life. Whereas cheating death, that's the demon worship stuff.
Okay.
So
Cardin,
why?
I am
Death is
convinced.
demon worship stuff.
Is this okay? So is this guy basically saying that when any of them get sick, they never go to a doctor to try to cheat death, or did he just sit at home and go, "This might be it"?
Yeah, they're not. If they would find that to be an absurd conclusion, and it's not clear to me from the syntax and semantics of the situation why they don't think it that way.
That's the demon worship stuff.
Real quick. So Jason Jacoby gifted us 10 cult members. They're really excited. And those went to
Thank you,
Emmy,
Jason.
Coconuts, Becca Albright, Rachel, Molly Kentz, Sapper Odd, and I've known this person for so long, and I have no idea if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. So Sir Little Wolf, I'm sorry, Sapir Odd or say Superior Odd, I don't know. Anyways, is an anti-magnetologist now. Sir Little Wolf, Jake Strange, and god damn it, the lack of Leon Kennedy, and Dr. Kib. Holy shit! There we go. Everybody, please enjoy your Tapioca Weasel Humidity and join us.
Okay.
So
Cardin, I am convinced. Get me a Tesla.
Or what if you have? What if you have
No, Cardin, you're right. No one's saying that prosthetic arms are demon worship. I'm saying, hey,
Is that a Playboy bunny?
Yeah.
All right, Quaku.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone else pointed out in the chat too, and I was going to comment
didn't-
on it earlier, that the idea of this guy like wearing his hoodie indoors is a little annoying too.
So I noticed
I do
Terrence
that all the
Howard
time.
doing that.
I don't wear the hood up though.
Terrence Howard did that in a stream he did with what the fuck? Who's that idiot that's been
Rogan, Joe Rogan,
the other one of the idiots he had on?
Carlson?
Billy Carson. So
Carson.
when and so I noticed that, and then all of a sudden now there's a bunch of people wearing hoodies, and
With the
so
hood up.
Terrence Howard did it on Billy Carson's show.
People were
And
saying
now
something
there's a bunch
happened
of
with Billy
idiots.
Carson tonight.
He did an apology stream,
Okay.
which I don't know. From the few people I've talked to about it, like no, it was 6:00 Eastern today, and I don't think very highly of Billy Carson. So for me, it was just more of the same. Other people were like, I don't think it really helped him, and I'm like, if his whole channel isn't a bunch of shit that doesn't help him, it fits nicely in with all the other bullshit that he does. So I don't know what would or wouldn't help a streamer. Usually I put that on the streamers to know. But yeah, he did a thing today. That did happen.
injecting other people's blood into your body so you don't age and leaving your wife when she has cancer is pretty weird. And also, putting chips in people's brains to control them is weird. How are you, my little, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
The chips aren't controlling people.
He's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Quake?
We need a correction. We need a correction for something we said earlier.
Yeah, what?
Elion, not a demon.
Oh.
It means the Most High God.
Yeah, but
it's technically You have
It's like an Elohim. It could be like good or bad.
Melchizedek.
Yeah.
Melchizedek was
I feel like he has a lot of patience, and maybe a little bit regrets what he's doing.
He's definitely coming across a little bit kind of middle. I don't know. There's something about the way they set up their staging, right? Dude with the hoodie is always facing like this way, and then the other
Yeah.
guy that was talking is facing the other way, which gives the impression of them talking to each other or across at each other. And then this guy is in the middle, straight at the camera, which gives an impression of like
I think they might
middle
show it
guy.
at one point. I feel like they have a shot that shows, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're not particularly close. But I do think they're on the same set. Like I don't think
Yeah.
they're doing.
No,
it
they are in
directly,
the same set. Yeah.
But I don't know how close they are to each other.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that, but they do appear to be looking at each other, like not like a screen, but like at each other.
Just like
with
Quaku is looking at us, looking right into our souls.
Well, he's
right
looking
now.
into a camera, but
Into your
Dr.
soul.
Kill, looks like Dr. Kill did see it because oh yeah, he says I literally laughed out loud when he said through tears and sobs, I made a bad video. Billy. We might come back to him. I don't know. It depends on what's going on. But right now, the Christians are batting him around pretty badly. So there's not a lot. I mean, it's I don't know. It's like we're here to do debunking videos because people take shit like this seriously, and so when there's people not taking shit seriously, I'm just like, do I need to do a video?
No, this one's pretty funny, and I'm very much.
I like
enjoying
this one. This is
it.
fun.
I just love how loosely they're ignoring so many parts. So when it comes to the mark of the beast, there's a lot of things that need to happen in order for, according to those verses, for it to be the mark of the beast, and they're ignoring all of that
Yeah.
just because it's about a chip in a brain, and he's adding this, it'll control your mind and everything like that. Like it so reminds me of like the COVID days, even when people were talking about mark of the beast getting the vaccine, because one of the marks of the beast is that if you don't have the mark of the beast, you won't be able to buy anything. So the world was going on about if you're not vaccinated, you can't shop here. And
Well, yeah, but then it's just an Amazon Prime account, right?
Yeah.
Which is why people think, okay, Jeff Bezos is also a pretty good option for Mark of the Beast, I guess, because he has Amazon and he also has a rocket company. Don't forget.
And he's also refusing service to people now. So I don't know if you heard this, but did you hear what Bezos did in Quebec?
No.
He's closing 7 Amazon fulfillment centers, all of the Amazon fulfillment centers in the province of Quebec over the next 2 months, putting 1,700 people out of work. He's saying it's because it would be more cost effective if local delivery companies took over delivering Amazon products.
Mm-hmm.
But here's an interesting thing. Quebec was the first province to unionize for Amazon, and now suddenly Bezos is leaving and shutting down 7 fulfillment centers.
He can't keep doing that if everybody unionizes.
I mean, mark of the beast, right? Denying service, denying people the ability to shop.
They're not behaving the way that we need them to behave. If they had chips in their brains, they'd be able to behave better. And so you put chips in their brains. I don't see what's wrong with that.
All I got.
That was a remarkable statement. This guy just straight up like.
He's like, I'm okay
Right?
if it makes you act better.
All I gotta say is this.
Okay, was he joshing? Because it wasn't clear if he was joshing or not,
I'd be curious to know what his definition of like acting right would be. Like, would he program everybody to go to church every Sunday or to like be Mormon?
Probably. I mean, because why? Who can resist that urge?
I don't. Wow. Yeah, that was a statement and a half to make. I'm perfectly fine with programming people to act better.
But like,
Need them to
is
behave.
better Mormon church every Sunday?
Yeah. Or Mormons
in
one
their
of
brain?
the ones that go every Saturday even? I don't even know. Whatever.
It probably depends.
Yeah. Whether you're transhuman or not.
Okay, what's he saying though? Whoops.
Better. And so you put, well, but you can't deny that there's some little girl who can't see and they put a chip in her brain and it helps her see. Or some guy is not voting for the right person and not donating to
Yes, false prophets will
Tesla,
perform
and you
miracles.
have to put a chip in their brain
Yes.
to get them to make the right decisions.
False Christ and false prophets.
Whoa, that's even worse.
Wow.
He just said that if they're not voting for the right person, you have to put a chip in their brain.
Why would you even have a vote then? If you
I'm
just
pretty
had-
sure he's being satirical though.
Let's hope.
'Cause
Like,
they're miracles too.
goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And these people they're not behaving the way that we need them to behave.
Yeah,
if they
no,
had
he
chips
is.
in
He's
their
being
brains, they'd be
satirical.
able to behave better. And so you put chips in their brains. I don't
Okay.
see what's wrong with that.
All I gotta
wrong with that?
say is this right here. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. You know, this is Quakuel. That I feel Quakuel.
Sorry.
I mean, we were unclear.
Oh man. I'm just laughing at I've been in entertainment my whole life. I'm an entertainer, okay? The way they present the gif of Tom Hanks doing this is how they get you with the whole website on there. I'm just like, could you guys not do it better? I'm looking at their setup here and it looks like $1 million setup.
Right.
And they're just showing the GIF website to show
Yeah, no, I mean, when we
Yeah, I mean,
totally did it.
Oh, oops. Yeah, like this is clearly not $1 million setup, right?
No,
but,
but
like,
this is effective and it works and it looks fine, right?
right.
Like
but-
you've got your guest as
That's
the
not
bigger
how it
thing.
works. That's not how any of this works.
right?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry, I was just triggered by the whole like GIF website. Like just show the GIF.
Yeah. Thoroughly cringe.
I have just like a regular lamp over there sitting on a fold out chair so that my lighting isn't as terrible as it would be otherwise, which epically bad. So, you know, professional. We're professional streamers.
Quakuel can be summed up with two descriptions. Okay, actually three descriptions. One, my dear friend that I love and care for very much. Oh, let's get that one out of there. Second, a walking, talking case of oppositional defiance disorder.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
God.
I am oppositionally defying chipping people's brains. Card it.
Yeah.
So, is oppositional defiance disorder, isn't that like the thing that you have to be diagnosed with before, like, as a juvenile, before you're diagnosed as like a psychopath as an adult or something? Or is that a different thing?
That is not what happens. God.
I'm not familiar with this disorder at all.
Yeah, I am, just because my son was on the spectrum and he spent a lot of time in hospitals, and so there were a lot of kids that were diagnosed with that. ODD is behavioral disorder that involves a pattern of negative reactions to authority figures and rules. It's usually diagnosed in childhood.
Sounds like me as a child. I don't know. My parents wanted
it's a whole thing. Like, I don't want to get into it, but like, yeah, like he actually wasn't diagnosed with ODD, but I can't remember what he got. It was something else. And then the DSM-5 came out and his symptoms got turned into like this other diagnosis. And it was like, because he had 3 diagnoses that got pushed together into one diagnosis because apparently it was really common. And I don't know. It's a whole thing, and I kind of want a child psychologist here before getting into it. But
That's fair.
yeah, I'm just gonna, in answer to your question, I'm just gonna say nope, and we're gonna move on.
All right.
He's chipping people's brains to control their minds. I'm not being hyperbolic.
Yes.
He's
my God, he is totally being hyperbolic.
It's Quaku's only mode.
Yeah,
Quaku is
seriously,
a
though.
walking hyperbole. This is why he makes for such excellent content.
I'm
I
saying
want to
that.
create a YouTube short called "Example of Hyperbolic" and just have him screaming about how he's not being hyperbolic because he's
Oh yeah, entertaining.
to control people is not what's happening. But anyways,
actually doing that. And you guys are not. I don't understand how this is literally the mark of the beast. There's a thing in their head. They can't.
It's not
Yes, we're all
literally
chipped.
Literally the mark of the beast. It is literally the mark of the beast.
In this case, he absolutely would defend that literally, though. Like
I don't care.
that's fair.
This is how the new economy will work. He says this.
They also know
You
he
won't
makes
buy
good
or sell or
content.
trade without the mark of the beast. It's an actual chip. And you evangelical right-wingers and Mormon right-wingers are like, well, it's not that bad.
Quaku, you sound like you just need to calm down a little bit. You sound like you
No,
need
because there's the thing. I've sat through...
Quaku, you're getting hysterical.
He needs to behave better, and he's not voting right. Put a chip in his head.
Oh my god.
Have you not had your brain chip updated?
What is this accent they're doing?
You know what?
Oh,
It's not helping.
the Stepford, like,
Cadence?
yeah, thank you.
calming yourself
Mormon
down.
right wingers, you were the most right wing conspiracy guy in our friend group for like a solid 3 months.
No, I wasn't right wing. I was a conspiracy guy. I've been saying that Democrats need to embrace conspiracies. That's how we're going to win. But Cardin, look,
Okay.
He's a Democrat?
He's a Democrat.
In what way?
Democrat. In this timeline. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
What
fair
view-
enough, I
what-
guess. Like, I'll take his vote.
What democratic
I'll
views
take his
does he
vote.
share with anybody?
Well, he's anti-racism.
Trump is the goddamn Antichrist. So you vote Dem. Because this is what you fucking do. You don't sit on the couch. You get out there and vote against the goddamn Antichrist.
I thought Elon was
Right.
the Antichrist.
No, Elon is the mark of the beast.
This is the worst Disney movie I've ever seen.
Welcome to
You
America.
can't get your villains straight. You have to get the villains right.
Yeah.
Jafar was so much better. Anyway,
By the way, we're less than halfway through this. Were there any parts that you wanted to skip to, Maya?
Justin, how long are you good for?
my expiration isn't for at least 40 years.
Oh, God.
Okay, so maybe at I really
I bought
wanna
a
get,
I bought a sign for this fucking show, man. I'm here for as long as it takes.
Oh, we can do that. We can definitely do that. I've been saying because I was thinking today, and I'm like, well, Justin, I usually don't see him more than 2 hours, so maybe it could be a 2-hour stint. We usually go 3.
I'm easy.
We don't usually go 3.
Have you checked out our last couple of like things? Let me see.
We usually go 2.5. There's a
Is
difference.
it 2.5? Oh, my thing's being really short. Okay, here we go. So last stream was 306, 245, 259. Well, yeah, Bree got us out early, 216. But like, goddamn, even our two. So it was the Christmas stream was 3. Oh, well, that was 3 on accident because somebody dropped out. But the one with purple was supposed to go 2 hours, went 3.
This is why. This conversation is why.
Probably.
Let's
We've
spend another 45
Let's
minutes
get back
talking
to
about
going
how
over,
long.
yeah, how long our streams go. I'll give him 2.5 to 3 hours. But yeah, okay. So I really do want to go over his trans takes because I find it hilarious.
Am I cutting out or are you guys cutting out? Because I'm having some issues.
Everything's clear over here for me.
Yeah, it's clear for
Okay.
me. It was like, could be me. Because it's been an issue the past 2 streams. But no, it's you this time. Ha!
I'll try that.
All right. So we'll go for a little bit, but I do want to get to his trans takes. I think I sent that.
You sent me the like we can
Yeah, we don't have to do that now because this is funny, but we have to get to it.
Yeah, okay.
for 3 years, I've watched you find a way to hammer on wokes, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, wokes are XYZ. Now, the worst thing
Okay.
out of any of the examples you've ever given would be chipping people's minds to control them for the will of a billionaire. And that is the one you're like,
No,
well,
but for the will of a billionaire, he doesn't have control over these people.
Oh my
There we go.
god! Like what
Finally.
the fuck?
Look at his face.
No, seriously, like it's probably my face. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
He's like
care. He doesn't have control over
He
these
just
people.
got told Santa didn't exist. Look at that. That's the
Wait,
Santa
I
Claus.
He doesn't have control.
that was a solid 3 seconds of like inability to process.
No, seriously though, like it's just like, what are we doing, guys? Like he's shit. Like no, it was like the
He would if
mind
he
blown
could.
emoji. Like for
It-
fuck's sake, we
'cause-
can't agree on this one on billionaires doing mind control. We can't agree on that. Like what the fuck
The-
is happening?
So this guy's point is that they can't yet do it. The technology isn't there. You can put all the chips you want in somebody's brain. You're not going to be able to control them like the Manchurian Candidate or something like that. You can absolutely affect people's ways, and sometimes in somewhat predictable ways, but not like precisely, right? Like that if you stick an ice pick up their eyes and scramble their frontal lobe, that they're gonna be more chilled out. But you can't go Manchurian Candidate on them. Kwaku,
People?
Yeah.
It only took 18 minutes.
Kwaku thinks that they can go Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah, and
he's unable to process.
right.
It took like 18, almost 19 minutes of video for someone to finally say, "Look, we're not controlling people with these chips." And I love the expression on his face. Though.
It's so good. It's so good.
That's memeable right there.
He doesn't have control.
Yeah, because it is so good. I'm sorry. One more time.
He doesn't have control over the microchips he's putting in their brains, owned by his company.
They update
Not
over.
having it.
Yeah, control of the microchip is different than controlling the person with the microchip, though.
Oh no, he
So-
does not understand that.
No, he doesn't. And I will admit that I can imagine a future in which that might not be totally true. Like brains are complicated, but they're not infinitely complicated.
Yeah. I've actually used like brain transmitting technology before. So I was making programs and experiences for VR back after I got out of school. And we had a controller that you could wear on your head, and you could literally like play a video game with your brain, not use your hands at all. So like, we're able to do things with the brain. We're not controlling people yet though.
For the internet,
Sorry,
Gardner.
look, new rule. I don't want to hear
does have
what.
a point here. Quaker does.
So I gotta say, they are annoyingly good at putting those ads in
I love he's like totally triggered and he's blowing up and they're like,
Oh, yeah.
ad, put an ad.
well, because they're not gonna copyright strike us because the ads.
Does have a point.
I'm losing my mind. I don't care. I don't want to hear what you got to say about transgenders or
I would love to have Kwaku on the show. That would be amazing.
Ooh. Okay.
illegals or Russians. I don't care what you got to say about Palestine or Israel. If you can't say a billionaire chipping your brain to merge you with AI while he controls your car is not demonic, you've lost me.
See, no, I said that.
Have you ever
I
seen-
said that. It's like he's not taking the different. Like there's
No, he's not. Like
It
if in his hypothetical, he's right. In his hypothetical, which is nonsense. It's fucking God.
Is his version of hell just like cyberpunk demons everywhere? Like it's all technology and demons? Like, do demons need the technology? Like, does it have to be a chip? I don't know.
He might think so.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, clearly it has to be because it's what they're doing.
Has Kwaku written a book? If he has, I need to buy it.
Can he?
Can.
Fair.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Kwaku.
I know what you're talking about. And
Have you ever seen it before?
I haven't seen it, but
Dude, you should see it.
Hurts, Kwaku.
You should see it. Because you're in it right now. You're in it right now.
oh, is that? It's like who stars in the movie? It's a famous guy, right?
Donald Sutherland. Right?
Okay.
No, the
Never
original
seen it.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers went through
It's
the
like
50s.
a B flick. It's never really made it to theaters or anything. It's a weird movie.
Oh, okay.
The
That's
original
right, the
movie
black and
was
white
a
one.
black and white. There was
That's
an
right.
independent film, I believe.
I gotta say, I'm utterly unsurprised that you're familiar with Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It somehow just seems extremely on brand.
Believe it was either out of Britain or Pennsylvania.
Oh, I'm thinking of that movie where the guy figures out that this corporation is selling human body parts.
No,
it's
that's
like purple
Soylent Green.
slime.
That's
Yeah,
Soylent
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green,
Oh, yeah,
that's
it's people.
That's Charlton Heston.
Yeah, okay.
You know, they tried to show that movie to us in 5th grade, and after the first day of it, they stopped because some of the parents complained. They were like, "Why are you showing Soylent Green to 5th graders?" And even my mom was like, "Okay, it's a weird choice. Like, okay, fine, but weird
what's
choice."
it about? What's it about?
It's about a dystopian future in which there's like crazy overpopulation. It occurs in like the far off future of like 2040 or something, and or maybe it's 2020. I can't even remember. And there's this company Soylent that produces these things that you can eat that are very cheap and provide all your nutritional needs. And Soylent Green is the new one, and Soylent Green is people. I ruined it for you.
I'm never gonna watch it.
You can't spoiler alert after you spoiled it. You're supposed to say spoiler alert.
Yeah, but I didn't because I'm a bad person. I'm sorry. Yeah, see? Gotta be careful. I'm a carnivorous entity.
Alan Sutherland, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
So
freaky flick.
Okay.
By the way, demonic possession. Greg Locke's. You got demons. You got demons.
What if the chips do misbehave though and put demons in people?
Whoa!
Oh my goodness! All right.
I mean,
So first of all, the second he quotes Greg Locke, all credibility gone.
It took this long.
Yeah.
really?
And now
Really?
we've gone
It's been 2 hours. Now all credibility is gone. All right.
mean, and then now we've gone from like this chip is controlling people to now it opens a portal to demons to your brain, or allows demons in. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Elon Musk is amazing. The technology he invents.
It
Portals to demons.
Yeah, I thought that was CERN's job.
He's got that face
Oh my
again.
gosh!
You just got to update your.
All we're gonna
firmware,
do
man.
is connect this guy's brain to AI, to literally the expansiveness of everything. What could go wrong? Are you kidding? Look at what the CIA did with MK Ultra and these people driving them crazy.
God.
Now,
What's MK Ultra?
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, okay. It actually is kind of fucked up.
It's just a little bit.
It actually was a CIA experiment to like try and do mind control, right?
Oh, okay.
Essentially, like
It's not a conspiracy thing then? It's a real
no,
thing?
no.
I mean,
well,
there are real conspiracies.
yeah, there are real conspiracies. This was one of them.
Okay.
It got canceled because it didn't go anywhere because duh. But like, I guess
Project MK Ultra was a human experimentation program designed and undertaken by the U.S. CIA to develop procedures and identify drugs that could be used during interrogations to weaken individuals and force confessions through brainwashing and psychological torture. The term MK Ultra is a CIA cryptonym. MK is arbitrary prefix standing for the Office of Technical Service, and ultra is an arbitrary word out of a dictionary to denotate the project.
yeah, like
Began in
Manhattan
53.
Project.
Yeah, it began in 53, was halted in 73, and used numerous methods to manipulate its subjects' mental states and brain functions, such as the covert administration of high doses of psychoactive drugs, especially LSD and other chemicals without the subject's consent.
Yeah, it was super fucked up.
Yeah. So I could go on and on. That's the gist of it, and super fucked up.
I'd be curious to know
Sums it
if
up.
he would still have these opinions about Musk's brain chip if he didn't already know about this MK Ultra thing. Like if he didn't know about MK Ultra, would he be worried about this
Yes.
Neuralink as much?
Yes. because
Probably.
people would still make up shit. Putting a chip in your brain, like it's been. I mean, I don't even think they put chips in the brain in MK Ultra. Like, but like it's
But they
been
didn't have
like a
chips back then, really.
exactly. So like, but it's been a big
They would've.
thing in like sci-fi
Yeah.
in the sci-fi world for a while. So yeah, I think in 2020, by the time we get to 2025, I do think it still would have been a thing with or without MK Ultra.
Okay.
Give them technology and put it in their brains and say, have a go.
Yeah.
I do say a lot of it is personality driven and trust driven. I think a lot of more people feel comfortable with Elon Musk because of his
Like, why though?
free speech advocacy, for example, and for his
We're with you, Quaker.
The worst kind of free speech is not when they delete your post on a website. The worst kind of free speech is when they can literally control what you say because they own your brain.
Okay, well, this isn't that early movie, The Repossessors, where they repossess.
Yeah, but
I love
he
him
thinks
so
it is,
much.
dude.
Yeah.
he thinks it is.
Yeah.
You're not engaging with the hypothetical.
He keeps referring back to another movie too. He's like, this guy's seen a lot of movies.
Best body parts. What was that? Do you remember that
Repo
movie
Men?
with Repo Men?
Yeah.
With not Orlando Bloom, Jude Law,
Yeah.
the other skinny guy.
Yeah.
So, okay, now I offer you some solace, Kwaku. I offer you some solace. Do you trust the priesthood of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints?
Sometimes.
Whoa, that's okay. That's okay.
Sometimes, okay. Sometimes,
But
most.
it
I'd
suits
say
them.
most.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, again, you'll get a lot of Catholics saying that about the priesthood, but like, I don't.
Yeah,
Would you
Catholic
go
is-
on a
the-
Catholic like a podcast and do that? Yeah, I don't know. Like, wow.
Quaku can get away with stuff. I think that other people necessarily wouldn't always be able to get away with because I think he just gets so many views.
I mean, that's kind of the reason why there's like 40,000 different versions of Christianity at this point. Is because they'll trust the priesthood and the church so far until it's like, nope, that's it. Now we're gonna branch off because I don't trust what you're doing anymore, and I'm gonna go over here and do my own thing. Yeah. So if he's on sometimes, and that means he's about ready to start his own version, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Father Quaku.
Times, it's
Yeah, I mean, they're
okay.
not. If the priesthood coming out and saying, "Hey, get chipped," I'd say, "Hey, no." I'd say, "Hey, get something else." All right.
Okay, so well, my old home teacher, my boy Jared Birchall, all right, great man, one of the most, good, solid men that I've known in my entire life, just like Howard Hughes, the eccentric billionaire, only trusted Mormons with his money. My old home teacher, Jared, great guy. He's the dude.
really? You know this
he's
guy?
the dude that runs all the fortunes of Elon Musk.
Whoa.
He's
Okay.
the
Whoa.
CEO.
You
That
gotta
was
be
fast.
careful about how long you're going with these. I mean, I know they're like trying to explain stuff, but I don't want the stream to get taken down again.
There's another part of the Mark of the Beast too that I just remembered as well, and he kind of touched on it briefly there, is that it'll become mandatory. That's the other real thing about Mark of the Beast. So if this chip is truly going to be Mark of the Beast, it'll end up having to be something everybody has to get. And if you don't get one, it'll be because of your faith in God.
No, everything's the mark of the beast. What do you call it? The barcodes in the grocery stores, mark of the
Right.
beast.
Yeah, I
Credit
remember
cards
that
are the
too.
mark of the beast. Anything where you have to do a biometric fingerprint, mark of the beast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't buy it. It's, I mean, obviously,
No,
I
you
don't
sound
buy it,
sane.
yeah, I just love how triggered he is, and he's going on about this like it can controlling people with the chip, and I don't. Where have we done anything close to being able to like control people beyond hypnosis, which even that's questionable at this point.
Well, I mean, economic leverage seems to work pretty well a lot of the time.
of all of his of Neuralink, and he's the CEO, I believe, of Tesla and a bunch of other firms. Been with the guy since he broke away from PayPal and
Long time.
started doing Diablo and stuff. I used to play basketball with the guy. By the way, it's really funny. Very, very good. Very, very good. Kind of like a solid drive.
He's talking about his like homeroom teacher, I think, who like handles all of Elon's money.
How is he that many degrees away from like Elon's fortune? I don't buy that. Like his homeroom teacher is.
That's what I thought he said earlier, right?
That's what it sounded like too. Yeah.
But I have no idea. Like Mormonism is weird, man.
Yeah, and when you've got all of Elon's money, it's not run by one guy. Just putting that there too.
Yeah,
and
no, that doesn't happen.
It's not run by a homeroom teacher. Yeah. Elon's got money hidden all over the planet at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Every country. Yeah.
Squills, decent 3, all around, very good athlete. Stick a thumb underneath his rib or give him a little sharp elbow, gets really pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would too. Who wouldn't get pissed at that?
We're talking about how Elon reacts to getting elbowed when you're playing basketball with him. I think that's what's happening right now.
Oh, okay.
It's church ball. When you're out of shape, you got.
Yeah, this is a little annoying. What's happening at like minute 24?
I don't know if it's necessarily going to be right wing, but I do think it's going to be political. I think it's going to be whichever is
and religious.
Sure, yeah, but it's going to be a very much politically motivated sort of thing. There's going to be religious aspects to it too.
But we got to break it up a little bit because I don't want to go too far. Again, when we had the stream taken down, it was because we went too long. We were letting people explain too long. So I just don't want to.
Okay, but
no worries.
He didn't even explain anything. So
the algorithm don't care.
Gonna be about this authoritarian sort of
crap.
I think they're talking about like a future war.
It might be. Don't go back. I think he might be acknowledging what Justin was just saying, where it's compulsory. Kind of sounds like it.
Okay. I love your. Don't go back.
No, because we're gonna get to the same thing.
I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Right. Well, that's the one thing. Like, Antichrist can't be Elon Musk because he's not involved in government. Oh wait, he is now.
Oh my goodness. So, So again, I'll point out that the mark of the beast, first of all, there's supposed to be a false prophet first and then an antichrist. Secondly, and Maya pointed it out earlier in the stream, Elon doesn't make anything. So the fact that his money is the driving force behind anything like the chip, the brain chip, the Neuralink, does that still make him the antichrist? Wouldn't it make the lead science guy, his partner, the actual antichrist?
I don't.
How much responsibility to Neuralink does Elon have, being just the financial guy?
I think he's a little bit of a megalomaniac, so he probably insists on having technically power over all the stuff. But then it would depend on how much he likes to fuck around with it.
Yeah, and then what's the new department that Elon's running now? It's got a really stupid name.
Doge.
Mm-hmm.
Doge.
Oh man, yeah, they're already cutting so many things too. They're firing people now. You seen that?
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, illegal firings too. So hopefully the guardrails will hopefully save things. But anyway,
people keep saying that like we have guardrails.
I doubt it.
I don't think people realize how many guardrails fell off.
No, I'm
while he was in office, and even while Biden was in office, the states were shaving off their own guardrails.
Yeah, I am seeing the guardrails fall apart a little bit here, but the firings are technically illegal, right? Like he can't fire without cause, and even then there needs to be an investigation.
No, you can't fire for an illegal cause. You can totally fire here without cause.
No, but not Trump can't fire the people he's been firing without actual cause.
You can't fire him without notice. Some of the
And there
Right,
needs to
right.
be,
Now,
and
you
then
can't
whatever the
fire that
cause,
many people without notice. That is true.
yeah, and then there needs
But
to be an
yeah, you don't need
investigation.
cause to fire in the United States.
yeah, so yeah, generally speaking.
Unless there's a unless you're under a contract.
Yeah, that
I think in regards to these particular government positions that he's firing for, he can't fire
I'd have
without.
to know which ones you're looking at. I haven't seen any that.
There's some justices, some judges that were fired, and some health
Oh, are you talking
officials.
about? No. He fired the what you call it's in every state, and he did that last time too. No, it's legal. It's just not done.
Okay. Well, anyways,
Inspectors General, Jillian to the rescue. Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, not illegal. He does it every time he gets into office.
What does this Canadian
Department of Government Efficiency. Elon Musk is going to be determining what is efficient about our government as he's chipping us.
Also,
Okay.
not a real
So-
department.
I'm sorry.
yeah.
Just want to throw that disclaimer out there.
Also, does he think this chip's gonna be free? Because Elon's not gonna do it for free either. He's not
The
gonna
kindness
go,
of his own heart, yeah.
he's not gonna go deep into the
Compulsory
world
chips.
and be like, "Here you go, guys, free chips," and here, you... like, it's just that. Yeah, let's remember he's in it for the money.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm not
guys.
gonna
I
get
didn't
the
hear
chip.
from Jonah yet.
If this
You're getting
gets
chipped?
I'm already chipped.
Oh,
See
he's
this?
already chipped.
Look at this.
Oh,
Oh my gosh,
dog.
he's already chipped. What is
Whoa.
it?
What is that, a pacemaker?
It looks like a pacemaker. Yeah.
Witch. He's a witch.
Oh, he's a transhuman,
You
bro.
diabetic?
No,
Yeah.
I'm transhuman.
He's a cyborg.
I bet there's
You're-
magnets
you're-
involved.
Look, and this is
Quaker,
why
are you getting chipped?
I'll bet there's magnets involved, whatever that device was on him. But it
Look,
looked like a
yeah.
pacemaker.
That's probably true. I don't like to talk about it.
I've heard.
Yeah. A
if
little
they
one.
try to chip me,
Just a little one. Just a little
the
tiny
Arab
one.
Muslim side of me is going to come out like you have never seen. You will be hearing.
So again, the mark of the beast, he can't resist it either. So if they try to chip him, he'll just get chipped. Like,
Yeah, for a small fee.
yeah.
And Simply secular Dave is saying, yeah, Trump can't fire him. It's not illegal. But he's going to make it so uncomfortable that they just leave. No, he asked them to resign.
Okay.
So, I mean, and there was one in New York, I forget his name, that refused to resign. And then so he stayed an extra week while he was like shoring up shit. And it took Trump that long to legally fire him. But I mean, when you're asked to resign, I mean, yeah, it's just a matter of time. So they're going to just leave unless there's something going on.
Yeah.
That's funny. Hey, so look, all I have to say, Kwaku,
Just a little
in
chip.
regards to all
You
of
will
this
be
chipping.
hearing by Tesla headquarters. That's what you're going to be hearing.
What
was
the hell
that?
was even that?
That was
Like a Indian thing?
I think so, but it came out of nowhere.
I don't know. That one rubbed me
I'm
the
sorry,
wrong
forgive
way.
me. Like, yeah, and
feel
like
like-
that was very insensitive. A First Nations thing. Like, I don't understand why you would do that. And
Well,
you were just
because
being a turkey call. Hey,
2
yeah,
seconds
we can go with
ago,
that.
he was commenting
no.
about his Muslim side, and I think that was the continuation of that. And
Oh,
I
I didn't
don't-
hear the Muslim thing.
yeah,
So that would be
I
like an
don't
Ali Akbar
yeah,
call is
I
what
don't-
he's trying to do.
I
which
don't
is so
approve of his
racist.
impression. Yeah, I don't.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was bad.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't.
I don't like it.
No, and he's proud of it. Look at that smile.
That's what you're gonna hear.
Here's the thing.
So this is where if Tesla makes this, I am down. That's this. This is the
Makes
future.
what?
The chip.
What's he gonna
Oh.
make?
What
Wait,
is it? Go. What is
That
it?
this is the
It's
future that I
RoboCop.
welcome.
He's
With
showing
open
head to a
arms.
knife.
Why do I feel like
Holy shit. What the fuck is that?
Okay, hold on. We gotta first of all be careful because if they show the whole scene, it's gory AF.
Is it going to like
It's
just
yeah. So
like
it's the scene early in RoboCop where they introduce Ed 209 as this new AI um, uh, population suppressor or something is what they would call it, and they do a demonstration where they tell the guy to hold a gun and hold someone hostage in the boardroom, but then Ed 209 gives the guy 30 seconds to drop the gun. The guy drops the gun, but Ed doesn't see the gun get dropped, and he starts counting down and blows him away. So I don't know if they're gonna show the whole thing, but like, there's about to be a bloody scene if they show this whole
I
scene.
doubt it. It's a Mormon show.
Like this thing's gonna shoot
a death
these
robot
people.
that can kill you.
It's. Have you ever
Yeah.
seen
You ever
RoboCop?
seen
oh,
this?
thank God.
No.
Yes, I've seen
Great
RoboCop.
movie.
I've never
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
this.
Ooh, this is a great scene right here. Where
I haven't actually seen RoboCop.
It's amazing.
I've seen
It's
bits and
where they
pieces. I
invent
never
the
sat
new
down and watched it
RoboCop.
first.
Isn't that gonna
Except
shoot all
for-
these people?
Yeah,
in this
you
movie?
can't- I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah,
you can
yeah.
show
It
this.
goes. It
You
goes
can't show
bad.
this.
Yeah.
Cardinal.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa.
whoa, edited.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
they
so-
blocked it.
Well, I had to skip forward 5 seconds. Do we want to watch
No,
those 5 seconds?
no.
Okay.
That
we do
was
not need to do
aggressively
that.
They
violent.
hide it.
Yeah, it
They
was the
hide it.
80s, dude.
Wow, I am shocked they
Whoa,
showed
you can-
this.
You can still keep going forward. Like we're
Like-
not.
like,
yeah,
they don't have
go
these
ahead.
So
Okay.
if you like,
You can skip past that.
have you
please.
seen Starship Troopers, Vandy?
Yes.
So same director. So it's got the same.
Oh,
like,
okay.
it's got the same like commercials throughout the whole movie talking about this dystopian future of Detroit, and it's probably one of the like best endings in a movie's pre M Night Shyamalan. Like it's got
I gotta
one of
see
the
that.
coolest little twists at the end. That well, you know what, the movie's like 40 years old. I'm gonna spoil it right now, but like, so
That's fine.
RoboCop has this hidden fourth directive where he cannot kill anybody or arrest anybody who works for the company OCP. He can't do it. And he doesn't know that until he tries to do it, and then he goes into auto shutdown mode. So at the end of the movie, when he realizes the CEO of the company's behind all the bad shit that's been going on, he can't arrest him or do nothing until the main guy, the owner of the company, fires him, and RoboCop's like, "Thank you," and then he shoots him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's beautiful, just like because he can't do it while he still works there. So you're fired. He's like, "Thank you," and shoots him. It's great.
I've never heard about this. So Steph is saying Dr. T, Mormons did the Mountain Meadows massacre, which I hadn't heard about.
Oh, I've heard about some.
Yeah, that was
massacres
in
that they've done.
1857. Was a series of attacks in the Utah War that resulted in mass unaliving of at least
Yeah, no, they
120 members of the Baker Fancher wagon train. It occurred in the southern Utah territory at Mountain Meadows and was perpetuated by settlers from the Church of LDS Church, including Oh, is this when they went into Utah and unalived all the indigenous people? I never heard the name of it, but yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
bad people, bad.
Mormonism has some violent history.
A little bit.
Of course we have these. Like I don't understand. Look, when you read the apocryphal stuff, hey, and Jonah, you should know this. Isn't it ironic that the fallen angels help them create weapons of war?
So he thinks that we have like Ed 209s and that just no one has ever seen them then? Like I know we've got these robot dogs and all these other things, but they're not totally autonomous.
They think that we have aliens that people have never seen.
It's always aliens.
I mean, the gloves are off. Like we have this government, and they just hide stuff from us, and like, if you can think of it, the government is hiding it.
Yeah, like I don't disbelieve that the government's got shit they're not sharing with the population. I would.
Well, yeah, they
actually
have to do
expect
that, but like
my population.
specifically aliens and intergalactic weapons.
Yeah, I had a discussion with this person from my past on my Facebook not too long ago, and I had to stop. I was one of those moments. You ever reached out
Oh,
to
yeah.
someone you haven't spoken
Yeah.
to in 20, 25 years, and you
Yeah.
totally regret striking up a conversation with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy was going on and on about China, and they've got AI, and they're going to turn it on any second, and the world will be over, and China will own it all. And he's like, it's going to happen like tomorrow or the next day. Like they're that close. Just like, dude, that's just not a. Anyways,
Any day now.
yeah,
Any
and
day.
that was 6 months ago now, and I'm just like, I'm so glad he doesn't try to talk to me right now.
Oh, God.
But yeah, there is no Ed 209s. We've got robots, but they're not autonomous. They're not roaming the streets on their own and doing population suppression, as they called it in the movie.
I mean, no, I mean, we might, we don't know what Elon has.
All kinds of things, yeah. That they said
He has all kinds of things.
that was the sin that God was trying. He wasn't just trying to erase the people; he was trying to erase the secrets, the technology they had. Yeah.
So where do you think we're
what?
getting
Where
it
does it
now
say
from
that?
now?
Is that the Apocrypha or the Bible?
The Apocrypha. That's all
It's
over the
What's
books of
the
Enoch and
Apocrypha?
stuff.
Yeah.
So
Apocrypha.
What's that?
Oh, my God. Where's Dr. Hip when you need him?
Is that
It's
like
like-
some kind of like
It's like other books. I don't know.
is it religious
might be-
text? It's related to the
Yes.
Bible.
Yeah, they're all
Yes,
religious
yes.
texts. And
Like-
so biblical apocrypha denotes collection of ancient books, some of which are believed by some to be apocryphal, thought to have been written. Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, and then we get a bunch of these books that aren't in the Bible. So you have the book of Judith, letter of Jeremiah. I've never heard of Susanna. Wisdom of Solomon, Book of Tobit.
But it is related closer to Christianity.
So they're books that were part of like earlier beliefs, like
And some sects have certain books in the canon and some don't.
Yeah, spin-off.
right, not well, they're not spin-offs. Like some
Like
books
you got
made
Harry
it.
Potter, and then you got the Beast series over here.
No, there was a bunch of books, right? Like a fuck ton of books, but only some of them made it into like the God blessed canon.
Okay.
And then you have the other shit that didn't make it for whatever reason. And,
All right. DLC. Got it. Understood.
oh, DLC. So when I think of DLC, it's like, the Mormons, they're, the Christian DLC, or
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Seventh
the
Day
Mormons are
Adventist,
already
or
DLC,
yeah. No, these are just books that were thought of as God inspired as any other until, some counselor or another said, no, we only want these.
All right. Let's get to
And
that.
so you just have the other ones that are still there and very relevant because the canon books reference them, many of them, and others it's just like I can't think of it right now. I can't think for shit right now. But there's a lot of beliefs right now that we have that they're not in the Bible, but the reason they were believed is because they're in these extra books that nobody talks about anymore. And we don't know why we think that, but well, Christians don't read their books, so they don't know why they believe anything they do. But like there's a lot of stuff that came out that is believed because of stuff that, it's just like latent extra canon shit. I don't know. Dr. Kip's not yelling at me, so I can't be too incorrect.
No, sounds like you're good.
All right, let's go.
I want to get. You said
who do you think is giving them the blueprints now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's go to that.
Spirit.
Where was that? 29 minutes?
I don't know. I gave it to you. You're supposed to remember everything I say and do.
I'm pretty sure it was 20 minutes.
Little D&D symbol from Diablo 4, the video.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess you are wearing a little Ishtar bunny right now.
Yeah, Ishtar bunny
that's
versus
true,
Baphomet.
Let me be very clear with my words. If I had to choose between sleeping with a bunch of Playboy bunnies and
choose
being the
Playboy bunnies.
Antichrist, I think everyone in this room would choose sleeping with a bunch of Playboy bunnies.
Even the transgender.
And here we go.
I
boy.
mean,
Yeah.
what?
The first thing that triggered me, and it has nothing to do with anything, D&D and Diablo, not the same thing.
No.
Instead of the D&D Diablo thing.
No, they're not even the same medium. Like,
In order for me to maintain my nerd card, I had to point that out. All right. Yeah, and now this sleeping with the Playboy.
Oh,
model.
Jason Jacoby would totally choose the Antichrist. Well, I mean, if you had to save the world, I mean, sure, fuck the world. I don't know what to say.
Kip gave you a C+.
I'm not even sure.
I'm doing really well for being tipsy and not being my field. This is squarely not my field.
This hypothetical is just stupid.
What was the question again?
It's something about would you sleep with all the Playboy models, including the transgender ones?
Yeah. I guess you are wearing a little Ishtar bunny right now.
Yeah, Ishtar bunny versus Baphomet.
Let me be very clear with my words. If I had to choose between sleeping with a bunch of Playboy bunnies and being the Antichrist, I think everyone in this room would choose.
No.
Okay,
and being the
yeah, being the Antichrist. Ooh, well, that is different.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be interesting. You never know till you try being the Antichrist.
Yeah.
You never know. You might like it.
That's never been brought up as a thing.
Wouldn't do it
to be the Antichrist. Seems pretty easy.
Yeah, but it's this amendment he adds to the scenario coming up here in the next 3 seconds, where it just gets gross. Like
sleeping with a bunch of Playboy bunnies.
Even the transgender one?
Yeah.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
He doesn't have a problem.
Well,
he doesn't have a problem. The other ones, I don't know.
Oh, I think he does still have a problem. I think he just... I don't know what to think about him.
Yeah,
but it's weird.
These trans surgeries are getting so good, you can't tell now. At some point, we just gotta say,
At some point, we just gotta give up and be like, my gosh, she passed.
I'm gonna say it. The girl from Euphoria, the blonde girl from Euphoria, that's a guy, is kind of hot, and I was like, that's a...
Wait a minute. Go. Let him finish the sentence.
Beautiful. And everyone's like, that's actually a transgender person. I'm like, really? You couldn't tell. You can't tell. In 10 years, you're not going to be able to tell. That's why this whole bathroom debate's nonsense.
Whoa, okay, hold on.
All right,
Brad,
stop.
Oh, man.
Okay. All right, well, okay. Let's take this for a thing. He's saying that, and actually this is what a lot of people are saying. You can't tell who's what. Now, again, I understand we all are saying, if somebody is saying they're trans, they shouldn't have to pass to be able to go into the bathroom of choice. And I do agree with that. However, he's saying, you know what? There's so many people that are passing. We should just let all of them in. It shouldn't fucking matter. Let's not have this debate. There's no point to it. Again, they are devout Mormons. They're going to have a lot of shit wrong. For instance, they're saying the trans woman is a man. It's obviously wrong. However,
isn't he kind of giving a pass though? It's you have to pass a certain bar.
No. He's saying there's going to be trans surgeries are so good that.
What if you don't have
in a few years it's not going to matter, so let's let them all in. He's not advocating for a bar. He's saying in a few years it won't matter, so let's fuck it, let's not even worry about it now. That's what I heard, at least.
Oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. That wasn't quite what I heard, but
yeah.
What did you hear? And how did you get there?
Well, I thought
I was getting an ignorance is bliss vibe from him of if I can't tell, then I don't need to know, kind of.
I don't think it was that proactive. I think it was more I think maybe it does come to the same thing. But I think it was from a more which is what you were getting at, sort of why are we even talking about this sort of thing? This is dumb.
It's not gonna it doesn't matter. The surgeries are getting so good.
But
we're not gonna be able to tell. It's not gonna matter. So why even talk about it?
Well, it matters. I mean, a lot of people don't.
No. Internal critique.
Fair. I realize that, and I cut myself off.
Trans people, there is a woman who became a man who looks just like you.
Oh, what do you mean you can't tell? You can totally tell.
It'd be just as weird.
Who is this?
Just like some trans people you see. There is this girl who became a guy. Mm-hmm. Looks like you. Full One man with a beard.
Okay, well,
Like, you want-
well, we did say this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
don't have trans women are women. They didn't become a woman.
Yeah.
They had a surgery so that they could look more like a woman. And again, these are Mormons. They're
Yeah.
going to have a bad take. They live in a bubble where they believe that people are born men and turn and transition into women. So we
Yeah,
do
they,
understand what they're saying.
that
However,
they're treating it like it's a fad, and they just decide that they want
well,
to.
we don't know that. That's not what he's saying.
No.
No, what he believes is what the media is saying is that, and I've had to like, and it's not even like I live in a very blue state where people honestly don't care and they think the same thing. Like these are people who would see quote unquote a man in a dress and would still let them go into the bathroom with them, but they think that it is a man transitioning into a woman. Like this is, I don't know what it's like in Canada, but like this is a very American way to think, even with trans allies, because we don't have the right owns the narrative.
It's pretty chill here. I mean, it's not. I could probably go into a woman's bathroom myself, even, and no one would really bat an eye or care. Yeah.
want legislation to say this dude should be in a girl's bathroom because the genitalia at some point it's just as weird as the thing you're fighting against initially, right?
I'd like to take this moment to
Go
state
back,
publicly
and that's
to any
why I
trans-
didn't want you to
Yeah,
like
that's-
stop in
that's-
between his sentences, because you have to let the sentence play out.
Transgender
Well,
person,
I'm
really?
replaying
You couldn't
this.
tell. You can't tell. In 10 years, you're not going to be able to tell. That's why this whole bathroom debate's nonsense.
Whoa, okay, hold on.
Because Brad, there are trans people. There is a woman who became a man who looks just like you.
Oh, what do you mean
And
you
if
can't
walked
tell?
into
You
the
can
girl's
totally
bathroom,
tell.
it'd be just as weird.
Who is this?
Yeah, see,
Just like
and
some
that's what I'm
trans people you
saying.
see.
He's saying
Like,
if we're
there's this
trying
girl who
to,
became a guy.
can you stop? All right, sorry. I understand. Yeah, it's and just trying to state his point. Like, what are you hearing him say there?
I kind of.
I'm hearing him. I hear him qualifying it. I hear him say that it doesn't. For one, I hear him like not addressing a large part of the population, like non-binary people and whatnot. And I do get the sense from him that he is still discriminating and requiring a requiring an overtly feminine appearance.
Yeah,
and that it may come at the like if the genitalia don't match. I'm not convinced at all by what he has said that he is fine with the like different bathrooms. That's not obvious to me at all.
That he's fine with different bathroom? What are you talking about?
That he's okay with a trans woman going into the woman's bathroom if they haven't yet gotten the surgery. Like to me, it feels like he is still operating under that paradigm. And
He is, but he's saying it shouldn't matter if people like where they use the bathroom. So and he actually said so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I think the example that he's talking about is somebody that is like post-op. And
Right. No, he's given an example that because trans surgeries are getting so good,
yeah,
it will not matter. So there's no sense in having, like he literally said that there's no sense in having this debate.
I don't think that's the sense in which he meant
Why do
it
you believe
doesn't
that?
matter.
So why do you believe it?
Because I
Yes,
don't.
Stephanie, I know it's about dignity. We're not talking about the trans issue. We're trying to figure out what their perspective is.
I think the perspective is so nuanced that unless we had him here to
Yeah,
no.
I don't
I'm
think so.
He's stating what he says, and I understand that there are a lot of. It feels like you guys, because they're religious, are trying to say, well, he definitely is bigoted because he's religious, and bigoted people hold this. So I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt.
That's not why I feel this way.
No,
I mean, I didn't say that you did. I said it feels like that's what you're doing, and that's why I'm saying, can you take what he's saying and what do you call it? Like, show me like how I'm wrong. because I have to have these
Because he chose
conversations
that
with people.
example.
So I want to
But
know, like when I'm
because
talking
he,
to somebody, if I'm
I,
giving them too much leeway, because it's not what I'm hearing. If he's saying that, because there's going to be so many people who pass and don't pass, that it doesn't matter. Like, let's not have this debate. Let's just let people do what they're going to do. Like, I didn't hear a qualifier that we need to wait until they pass
he
to
didn't
allow
say it.
them.
He didn't
So
say
why
it
do you believe that?
explicitly.
Yeah. So why do you
Because
believe
of
it?
the example he chose. I don't have any additional information to give you, Maya. To me, it's actually like I find it odd that you believe what you believe. You find it odd that I believe what I
I
believe.
don't find it odd. I'm trying to figure out why. Like I'm genuinely like trying to figure out why, because his thing is, okay, okay, he's going up against guys who don't believe that trans women should use the women's bathroom. And he's saying that in a few years they're all going to look like cis women. So
That
it won't
yeah. So what if they
matter.
don't?
So
The like if that's the model in his head,
mhm.
that's problematic. That's a problematic model. That is a model that I think it
Well, that
not
would be
even
what
that
that would
implicitly.
actually be the
Can
question
I
that they
finish?
wouldn't that would be that question that they would need to ask them, right? Him. They're not pushing back on that.
Uh,
I don't know. Maybe we should hear more, because I didn't even
yeah.
hear the
No,
other
I mean
guys
this is
say
the
that they
one, like
were.
this was the thing that we were talking about earlier. That I wanted to, like, this is the argument that wanted to kind of get through, because
Uh,
I
he's
don't
not.
really
Well,
hear
they're
what
not.
they
They're
have to
not done
say. I'm
this.
trying to figure out, like, they're going to move on.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's putting a quality on their surgery, and he's like, if their surgery is of this quality, then I'm okay with sharing a bathroom with them. That's where I'm thinking it's like
Yeah,
he's
that's
not
what I
all
heard.
the way there.
No, obviously not. But
What I heard. Yeah.
again, he's also not in what's the words I want to use? He's not studying or having an understanding of um what a trans what it means to be trans, the way that we've been able to do to the people that we have access to, right? Okay, so my whole point is, I think that he has the perspective of the American majority. And I'm not saying it's not problematic, but I do think that this is like the opinion that at least the most Americans, and again, I'm in a blue state. So again, red states, I think they're being lied to, and they have kind of wacky ideas that are given to them from Fox News. But if we jump back to like when all and this is American perspective, I guess, with like a lot of the bathroom bills that were coming out in like 2016, things like that, people were just like, I don't care what people do in the bathroom, like it doesn't affect me. And I guess that's kind of more like, it wasn't until recently, probably these past few years, where Tucker Carlson started saying, oh, trans is equal to what was the question? They're groomers, like trying to
Right.
equate trans with grooming. Like that's really when we saw the shift in the American mindset. Um, but early on, I would have think that most people would have thought that, you're born a boy and you transition into a girl. And that seems to be like this kind of old mindset that he's carrying. But again, I mean, it's problematic insofar as it's incorrect, but these are still people who are voting down bathroom bills and still largely letting trans people live their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should go into the bathroom you're comfortable in. Don't worry.
Again, stop it.
Related, man.
Internal critique. We're trying to figure it. Yes, obviously, we are transforming. Trans women were born women, and they had to have some surgeries. And you know what? When I was little, I broke my arm, and I had to have some surgeries. And surgeries are surgeries, and you should be able to have to do whatever you need to do to, be physically and mentally, well. That's the stance of the community. We're doing an internal critique. We don't generally do the stance of the community when we're like projecting, like when we're doing a video. So like when I'm asking for what they're saying, I mean, I feel like you're not.
I am doing the best I fucking can.
I'm not sure I understand either where we're going with this now.
I'm just asking what we're saying because Vandy and I were talking about, like, I'm like, what is he saying? And I'm like, I don't feel like it's a bigoted stance. I feel like it's an ignorant stance, and he's doing the best he can. Vandy seems to think that it's a bigoted stance, and that's
no. With what you just said, I can get with that.
I can too.
Not bigoted.
Don't put words in my mouth.
You said it. You were like, well, I don't think it's that. I think he's saying that if they don't pass, and that is a bigoted stance. It is not an ignorant
I think
stance.
that sentence you just said clarified it very well, actually. That it's probably not completely bigoted, but there's definitely some ignorance. I like it. I think, yes, there we go. Yeah, he's a little bit
not
ignorant.
saying it's enough, just trying to figure out where he is in his stance.
He's on a journey.
Mm-hmm. Looks like,
and he's almost there.
All right.
I do think.
Go ahead.
Do you want to? Okay.
No. I was going to say that's all bigoted by default. Every bigotry is learned. I mean, insofar as most of our opinions are socialized into us, and you have to like actively work out of it. I guess whatever your parents' morals are is your default, but especially I think that I believe all these guys were like born and raised into the church. So I mean, I guess you could say that that's bigoted by default, and I'm responding to this comment here. But I mean, there's not really such a thing as bigoted by default, not from a psychology perspective. All stances are learned some way or another. But yeah, no, I was going to say that's where I think I said earlier that this is where I wanted to end, like before we got out. So yeah, I don't.
There's nothing more fun in here.
I don't know. I think
I found that I thought that the conversation on this topic went for a little bit longer, and I had a lot more to agree with him on than the part just now.
Okay.
No,
sure.
No.
It's
your guys' show.
Full-on man with a beard. Like, you want legislation to say that this dude should be in a girl's bathroom because the genitalia, at some point, it's just as weird as the thing you're fighting against initially, right?
I'd like to take this moment to state publicly to any transhumanists watching or Elon Musk that I, for one, welcome our new transhumanist overlords.
Different topic, buddy.
Yeah. All right, awesome.
You can't tell now. You can't tell. But if it means, guys, Kwaku, you have to sleep with a transgender woman to save.
Well, sorry, I didn't hear that.
No, I said he can't tell the difference between the two. Like he thinks. Yeah. I'm wondering if he thought that they were talking about that same thing the whole stream.
Probably. I could believe that.
Save the world from the mind chips. Of course.
That's got to be in the intro.
Yeah,
Quick, you sleep with Hunter Schafer or let yourself get chipped by Elon Musk's demon bots? Sure. What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
I don't know.
I'll pretty much sleep with anybody in the event of Terminator Skynet like destroying me. So again, like the calculus there is sound. But
I have to come down to those things.
Lost the plot on this.
I wonder what's got Kwaku thinking about this specific hypothetical.
It's very specific.
Yeah. Quick is a character.
Well, who brought it up? Someone brought it up. Carton, you brought it up.
It was Carton. Yeah. Now,
Well, we're
here's-
talking about
here's the thing.
Playboy
I do
bunnies.
think-
Now all of a sudden it went.
No, Quick.
It is kind of interesting that he's wearing a Playboy Bunny hoodie.
It
in the
is.
Mormon, isn't it?
He's wearing a
To
Playboy
a
Bunny
Mormon,
hoodie.
yeah, to a
He's
Mormon
all-
podcast.
That's why he's already on board.
Huh.
Oh, okay. I don't think they have yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I was
was
gonna
it-
say if we move on to like go past, because like I don't know.
It's a fun video. I mean,
It's a fun video. Yeah,
I liked the Mark of the Beast.
they're
stuff
just
a lot.
shit at social commentary, and it's not. It's really all of it.
What I know about the Mark of the Beast
Hmm.
and watching, like I said, I thought it was really funny back in our pandemic days, the different connections people would make to the Mark of the Beast. There's so many things to connect to the Mark of the Beast that it can be just about anything, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think this is the weakest example of the Mark of the Beast is this chip.
What
The
a neuro chip? Weakest?
Uh,
I don't know. I think that
barcodes are weaker.
Yeah, I was actually just saying that. Like barcodes on your milk. I think it's got to be weaker.
They're not even on you. Like at least that's on you, right?
Exactly.
That's a pun that works too.
Yeah, I mean, because it's supposed to be, and they could technically put a chip in your was it is the forehead and the palm or the back of your right hand?
They invented a little, like a rice-sized chip, like
it's not
20 years ago that you could get implanted under your skin, like on your arm.
Right.
It will hold personal ID information and medical records and stuff, like small information. Actually, I seem to recall there being like a Mythbusters episode where they like put someone in an MRI while they had that chip in their arm to see if it would come out. Anyways,
what happened?
It didn't come out.
Okay. God.
Yeah, they were testing a whole bunch of myths, I think, with tattoos and like the iron in the tattoos. Could an MRI suck the iron out? And then they decided to check the chip as well, but it was all good.
That's good. Yeah, you don't want to just have unknown metal in your body.
Yeah.
Go into an MRI. It's a bad plan.
Yeah, you would think they'd know that before. Like it was a person with the thing, and then they put that person through an MRI, not knowing what would happen.
You can put boundaries on some of these things.
I mean,
it seems highly unethical.
Let's remember it's a TV show called Mythbusters, so I guarantee you that the insurance companies and the science behind it, they knew that it wasn't going to be a problem, and for the drama of the show, they were like, "What's going to happen?" It's like,
they know because
they
can take one of these things and just put it in the MRI before the person gets in there, and if it
that was
doesn't
actually going to be my next point.
Maybe they did. I don't remember this episode. Like I could imagine them doing that and then still doing the other thing for the drama, but it's more dramatic if you don't do that. And the like audience is like, "Oh my god, are they going to rip this guy's arm out?" Because we're really messed up as a species.
Yeah. But anyways, like the idea of putting chips in our bodies is not a new idea. Elon's chip is just a way for humans to connect to their own Wi-Fi. That's all the Neuralink is supposed to be. It's not supposed to control anything. But the technological connection between brain and chip is an interesting one. And the idea is that you can come from such a thing. Like, like what about some form of life support, right? Like what if someone was injured to the point of where they were dead, but the chip could keep their body alive long enough to say like recover more organs? Like there's so many ideas that could come from.
I embrace my cyborg future.
Yeah,
better living through technology.
Yeah, I might be a little resistant to it, but I can totally see like my grandkids or whatever being like, "Hey, Dad, we're all going out to get chipped. You coming?" And be like, "No, I'm good."
So, Justin, who are you? Where are you? And what do you have coming up this week?
Well, I am Justin, sometimes known as Yo Hooligan, and today and only today I am Dr. Maple Nut Beaver. And
Dr. Paper. I love it.
and I have a channel called Skeptic Spin that I do political and religious commentaries and platform some of my favorite people in the community, including some of the people like Maya and Dr. Tapioca Weasel who have been over there, and hope to have you guys back soon. This week I've got another video coming out with Secular Rarity, and I'll leave it at that. You guys will have to watch it and subscribe to my channel if you want to
You,
see what the topic's going to be. But
you've been
it'll be.
AFK for a while.
I haven't done a live stream since like the new year. Like I did one right away on the new year with the Apostate Sisters and the Stacy's Mom
Hmm.
podcast.
Yeah, that was
And then I
fun.
just did some videos and stuff. I've been sick all week. So
Where have you
yeah,
been for the past month?
yeah. Well, it hasn't been a month. It's only been like 2 weeks. And then Spin
Wait,
Doctor Mike,
okay.
his
Wait, no, because
mother-in-law
sorry, you did something with the Apostate Sisters, but like,
on
was that like
January
2 weeks
5th.
ago? Yeah, and then, but it had been a couple of weeks before that. So was it like holiday stuff or?
Yeah, there was some holiday stuff. So yeah, and Spin Doctor Mike, the guy who hosts with me when we do the triple take stuff and the
Hmm.
shorts, his mother-in-law was sick a lot and in the hospital, and she did
Ooh,
finally pass away. So
sorry to
he's,
hear
but
that.
yeah, so he's, I mean, it's one of those where like they saw it, the writing was on the wall months ago, and it's more of like a, thankfully it's over kind of situation. But I'm giving him time to collect himself and grieve as it were, and then we'll get back to it. But in the meantime, like I'm making rounds on other channels, right? Like so yesterday I was on Ways to Human. Today I'm on like my favorite channel, my Atkinson. Um, February 9th, I am going to be on Skeptic Haven doing a show with Neil the 604 Atheist. And
Wait, you were
uh,
in Neil's?
yeah, I've been on Neil's channel. Yeah, I was on
Like
Neil's.
the after show or like your own thing?
So I did his like conversion or deconversion story episode. I've
When was
done the
that?
after. That was just before the new year, I believe,
Oh my God, I can't
December.
believe I missed that.
Yeah, and then I did
Right.
the after show with them, and then, but now I'm going to be doing Skeptin Haven, the
Mhm.
call-in show. And then also, so big news. Um, I'm like officially part of the BajaCon crew at this point, I guess,
Okay.
and I've been given the privilege to do a live stream from the main floor at BajaCon this year. So,
Ooh.
the big Blue Water Atheist Humanist Agnostic Convention in Canada. Um, I'll be setting up a live stream right there on the floor the Saturday night, right in the middle of the convention. And
This Saturday night?
so no, so the BajaCon takes place August 8th to the
Okay.
10th. Tickets go on sale April 1st. So it'll be August 9th will be the night where I'll be doing the live stream, and you don't know who's going to end up on that panel. I mean, last year BajaCon there was like other content creators that were there. Were like Vice Rhino was there. Of course, the Apostate Sisters were there. The Stacy's Mom podcast was there. John Gleason, the Godless Engineer, was there. I happen to know that Trevor from Believe It or Not is going to be making an appearance this time. Trying to convince Secular Rarity to come. So we might all be in the same room at some point, just doing a live stream, and it should be pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so yeah, so there you go. So Skeptic Spin, right now I'm looking at doing some more video content. I need to get those watch hours up, and videos seem to do a little bit better for that. So if I get the watch hours up, and I can get to that point where I can start raiding. I want to raid so bad. I want to
Really?
do.
I could raid before I hit. I could raid after. Oh, okay. I could raid after 500.
Well, I've got
People were
over the.
saying you.
Yeah,
Did
I've
you
got
get over
over the
five?
500 subs, but I
You
don't
should
have the
be.
view hours. So
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah,
um,
we had the view hours well before 500.
yeah, I got before
And I
500
know
before the
that
view hours.
transpositions is also having that issue. So if you guys ever need something to fall asleep to, find a transpositions playlist or a skeptic spin playlist, so that they can get their watch hours in so that they can start doing all the fun stuff. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
because it would be great. Because like right now, I know that like when Ember goes live, for
Mm-hmm.
example, she then will send her audience over to you. I kind of want to get into that relay and try to do
Yeah.
my skeptic spin
Oh,
right before
I
Ember
probably do
goes.
that. I gotta find who's on live. I
Yeah.
always forget this.
Well, it's Sunday night. You're usually like the last one in the
It's
relay, but if there's somebody, cool.
usually, yeah. Ooh, I do see somebody who's live. That is exciting to me though.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. I hope they're still live when we leave. So I do want to remind Chad. Look, guys, I've been very adamant about this. We need 1,700 hours. All right, yeah.
I'm about right around the same. I think I need 1,400 hours.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to transpositions because like they go live every week and they've been getting pretty decent sized crowds. I was kind of surprised that they didn't have the hours, but again, this isn't about them, it's totally about you. Okay. You need to just stream more. Like
Yeah,
um
that's what Titan Uranus keeps telling me too, and he knows. So yeah, there's like just stream, just go stream more. I was actually thinking about live streaming like seconds before coming onto the show here. I was thinking about like I'll just go on a live stream and be like, here's my pre-show to Maya's show. But then by the time I taped this stick to the sign, it was already.
I love you so much. I love you so much.
And hey, and Vandy, I didn't spare any expense. I used Gorilla Tape. Like,
Nice.
the real stuff.
nice.
I wasn't risking it coming
Yeah.
off or nothing. This one took 3 strips, so there was a lot of effort.
Whoa.
A lot
Yeah.
of effort.
Dedication. I love that. I love it. All right. So to my trans friends, again, we're not going to talk about trans shit without having a trans person on. Like even when we had Guru on and we did a South Park take and there were some questionable trans comments on there. We didn't want to address, like I invited Brie on because I didn't want to have a conversation about trans people without having a trans person on. I'm not trying to speak for you. I don't feel that that's my place. It's not something I would do. So I'm not going to sit here, sans trans, and say, oh, well, he should be saying this and he should be saying that. I think we can try to figure out what he's talking about without having a trans person here. And it is not the same as having the conversation, like trying to figure out where somebody else isn't the same as having a conversation about how they should think or how one ought to think. Which is why none of you are in here and you're all very dear friends, Brie, Ember, Steph, Purple, Jenny, Beck. There's a lot of trans people that are friends of the channel. And so like it's not, I'm not trying to speak for you. And there's a really, and I understand, especially Stephanie wants things to be addressed a certain way. I am not going to do that because I am not in that group. Even though I could probably regurgitate what you say, I am not going to do that. So I am not going to say how they should feel. I'm just trying to figure out his stance. That was my whole point there. And that's why I stop the guys anytime they try to go further. So I hope that's kosher with you. If not, I'm sure I'll hear about it. Totally fine. I'm not trying to address the trans issue tonight, just trying to understand, where the Mormons are at because they're, and again, it's not they don't speak for all Mormons and just like,
I think
all
you nailed it
Christians.
I think you nailed it on the head when you said it's not necessarily bigotry, it's ignorance, because the line there is very fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? I can be like, yeah, I agree. It's probably what it is.
No, well, a lot of people had a lot of concerns with what I was doing, and I think it was kind of an issue. I think that people don't understand what I was trying to do versus what they're used to seeing when people are talking on the topic. So I hear you, and I am sure I did because so many people were questioning it. It looks like I will take on the fault that I did a bad job of explaining it. So before we go, I did want to explain that that was my thing. And if you would like me to do a follow-up video separately apologizing for something, I'm totally willing to do that too. Because that I don't know. I'm not trans, and it feels weird calling myself an ally for anything. Like, you can't, like, I'm one of those people that think, you can't call yourself an ally because, so, I can say I try, but people in the group have to be willing to do that for you. But I do try, and I also do want to bring over more allies. And so when I can figure out where people are coming from, I feel like I'm better positioned to do that. So, and again, another part of me just saying, like, I don't feel like you're an ally if you're part of the thing. I feel like all civil rights are kind of on the chopping block now. So when,
Yeah, in your country,
yeah,
absolutely. Oh my
when
god.
I fight for trans rights, I can't even say it's not selfish. They're one of the people on the front lines, but it directly affects me. Like, whatever happens to them will directly affect me. So, like, to say, oh, I'm trying to be an ally, like, like, if it directly affects you, like, aren't you just fighting for civil rights? Like, we're in this together. I take that seriously. And people can, you think about it how you want to think about it. If there's a different tactic I can take, I'm up for that too. For $10, Native Atheist says, pair.
It's
Sorry.
it's a super sticker.
Oh
It's
shit!
it's
Oh
a
my god, I love
description.
that.
It's a description of a super sticker. I'm
No,
pretty sure. I
no,
don't
no.
think
He
it.
actually said, pair character flying in the air with a red cape and a smile on his face. Thanks, Native Atheist, whatever that meant. No,
I'm
no,
pretty
you're
sure.
right. You're right. You're pretty. I'm right. More than likely, a
I
super
I love
sticker.
it. I love that YouTube still. Although that might not be YouTube. That might be Evie
No,
Books.
it's. I've never seen a super sticker look differently on anybody else's stream, so I don't know. I don't know that anybody streams through YouTube directly. So that would be interesting to see if it's
Yeah,
different in the platform. But everybody at least uses is it
it's it's a
StreamYards?
pretty awesome
So
sticker. Actually, I scrolled up to find it.
thank you, Native Atheists. We appreciate you much. Also, shout out to the natives. I wish there were, I know there's a lot of you in the community, or a fair amount. I would love to start showcasing a lot more issues that are going on in the native communities. I don't know about a lot. I know that, it's a narrow victory to get to stop white people from adopting your children, and, having like, just slowly, diminishing the community even further. I know that there's like a big thing about, when you leave the reservations, everybody wants you to cut your hair because it's, professional, and like, that's like a big deal. I don't understand everything that means um, in your community, but I do understand that it is sacred, and I don't know. I think that if women can put their hair in ponytails, then I don't see why Native men shouldn't be able to do the same thing. Um, there was a lot of things with the oh god, I can't think. What was the pipeline that was going through Native lands?
Keystone.
Keystone. Thank you. Um, and I did actually read into that. It was a couple of years ago. So I mean, I try to keep my when things are going on, I do try to keep my ear to the ground, but I don't feel like I could do justice for it or even give proper nuance to it on my own. I also don't feel like it's my place, but I do feel like there should be more. You guys are here, and you should have a voice. And I have a platform if you don't want to use your own. So you're welcome here and your family. $2 Jester says, true men of class use gorilla tape. Now we know.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Vandy, you got anything going on?
I do not.
All right. So we will see you guys next week with Jay Bundy opening up Black History Month. All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.